Well, that was fun. Yay. I'm so not happy right now. Not at all. So I tried using the other camera and it shut down both cameras. Yay. Go me. But I did get this one working again. Er, so the one on the laptop is now functioning. But that doesn't do me any good if I want to show items that I want to sell, which is why I was trying to get the other camera to work. So, yay. Sorry I'm late. At about quarter of nine, I was like, you know what? I was like, I should hook up the other camera and do some testing, see if I can use the laptop microphone with the other camera, see if I can get that to work. And I can show you guys a couple of the things that I have. Just a preview type of thing of stuff that I'm gonna be putting up for sale. And so I was playing around with the camera, and all of a sudden it went blank, and it told me I had that my camera had disconnected, and I hadn't touched anything, so I didn't disconnect anything. I'm like, what the hell? So I unplugged the webcam and tried to just use, flip it back to the laptop, and it wouldn't work. I had no camera whatsoever. So I'm like, well, and I couldn't go even put my avatar up if you don't have camera or mic access. You can't even do what I'm doing right now. It won't let you go into the show at all. So I was like, well, that's good. I won't be able to be on my own show. Woohoo! Good morning to everybody that showed up and hung out while I was trying to get the situation fixed. The only thing I could think of was to restart my computer, and that's dicey every time my laptop restarts. Plus, there were updates, and my laptop decided to update, and then it went into the restart screen, and I got stuck with the HP and the buffering thing. And for like 15 minutes, I'm sitting there like, really? And then it went back to the updating screen again. And it did that like 3 or 4 times, and then it still wouldn't restart. And I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna throw this thing out the window." And then I got a screen that said cleaning up, but I've never gotten that screen before. And it was on that for 15 minutes or so. I'm like, "Oh, what the." And then my laptop shut itself off. Just poof, see you later, bye. I'm like, what the fuck? So I hit the start button, and all of a sudden my desk, it gave me my lock screen, and I put the code in, and poof, my desktop was there. And I'm like, okay. It makes no sense whatsoever. So I don't know. I need a better laptop. But as it is, now I'm afraid to use that other camera because I don't know if it's going to sabotage my laptop again. And so, yeah, now I don't know what I'm going to do. But we're back after all of that. Yeah. Yay. This is a really inexpensive laptop. I mean, John got it for like, I don't know, like $300 off Amazon while they were having a sale. So it's probably like 350. So so at least I got the camera back. The laptop camera anyway. But hey, Steph, welcome to my chaos. Welcome to my chaos. It's been an interesting morning. I haven't gotten any sleep. I've been awake since like, I don't know, 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock this morning. I haven't gotten any sleep, and then the computer starts acting up and get out front of my bed. What are you doing? I brag to everybody about how well behaved you are. You're crawling underneath the bed. Get up here. Come on. She's making a liar out of me is what she doing. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Kids, I tell you. Oh, so am I crying? No. I'm bitching. Whole different thing. It's what I do. I bitch. I bitch and I rant and I complain, and then I feel better. Venting, that's right. We vent. Let me tell you something. I almost turned my laptop into a unicorn because I have this handy, and yeah. Ring mandrel. Unicorn horn. Poof. Poof! You're a fucking unicorn. Would I do that? Sure. How's everybody today? I'm not scrolling all the way back up. So hi everybody. Hope everybody else is doing well. Oh, I have a headache now. I'm glad you're doing all right, Darlene. It's a good thing. Hey, Jessica. Yeah, I now have a stress headache from the stupid laptop and the fact that if I can't use that other camera so that people can see the items clearly, I'm not going to be able to sell them, which, I. Yeah. Hello, my dibble.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, it's good for other people. It's not so good for me so far. Fucking laptop, man. How's your morning?
Better than yours.
I think everybody's is. Oh, this laptop frustrates me so bad.
You don't have a desktop computer?
No, I wish I had a desktop computer. I hate laptops. I do not like them. I like desktops with normal sized keyboards, not these minuscule little things that are made for pixie hands. My big fat fingers do not like little tiny keys at all.
Good morning, Carol.
Morning, Carol. Ooh, no. She's cold. Had to shovel this morning. Only 7 degrees. Nope. That is nope weather. Nope, I don't want to go anywhere near it. My heat is on right now, but I don't know what the temperature is. It shouldn't be. But, hey. Oh, it's 42. We're supposed to get up to 60 today. Lovely.
Yeah, I've been liking this warmer weather. It's been nice.
Yes, it is. Well, it's, 10 o'clock? But the heat should probably shut off in another hour or two. And then it won't be on until like 10 o'clock tonight.
Next week's supposed to be really, really nice.
Awesome. I wish I could open my windows, but I can't reach my windows. That, and it's very difficult for me to put the windows back down, like out in the studio. I have one window that still has most of the screen in it. Talon there was a little tiny pull in it, and Talon kept sticking his fingers through it until he made the hole big enough to put his hand through, and then he was dropping his Hot Wheel cars out the window. That was fun. It looked like a highway pileup outside the window on the ground. Once a week, John would go out there and collect up all the toys that that Talon threw out the window. So yeah, that screen's kind of sort of demolished. The other windows, I have a screen on the window in my room that I can't reach, and I have this sort of screen in the storage room. But most of the windows in this house don't have screens. I don't miss snow at all, Steph. Not at all. Nope.
We never get any snow.
But you did
If
because
we,
you videoed it.
well, if we get snow, it's instantly gone. It never stays all day.
Right.
Yeah. Because like that snow that I took the video of was gone like 30 minutes after I videoed.
Good thing you got it on video or nobody would believe
I
you.
knew when it happened that I better run out there.
This is why they say video or it's not true. Yeah, I mean we had some snow. It's funny because my mom and I live in the same town, but she got more snow than we did, and hers lasted longer. Stayed on the ground longer. I told her, I said, that's what you get for moving into a rich neighborhood. All the snobbiness over there makes everything colder. She was like, that's not funny. I was like, well, it would be funny if you were poor. She doesn't get it because she thinks she is poor.
I mailed you something, Kodi.
Oh, presents. Yay. Thank you.
Well, you know what we were looking at, and I thought it might have pins or something that went in it.
Mm-hmm.
I found them, and so
Oh,
I
cool.
opened that package back up and I put everything in.
Oh,
There's
thank you,
more
honey.
stuff. You'll be really surprised what is in it.
Ooh. Neat.
Mm-hmm.
I like surprises. I got presents. That just made my day. I'm very happy. Well,
Well,
I'm
you know,
not
I
very
checked the
happy.
tracking, and I thought it was going to possibly be here today, be there today, but looks like Tuesday. No mail
Cool.
Monday.
Do we have another holiday again?
I think it's President's Day or something.
Like they each get their own damn holiday anyway, and then they get one whole day just for all of them collectively. What the hell?
Good morning, Ron.
Morning, Ron.
I don't know where Scarlett went.
Well, she kind of got, you know.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, it's President's Day, Washington's birthday on Monday. Wow, Papa Ron, you behave yourself. You won't get timed out. You know that. Hell, TG got timed out an hour before the show even, over an hour before the show even started. TG was very naughty. She's a naughty, naughty girl.
I saw where they had that 100-mile-an-hour winds on the news.
Yeah, scary stuff. Very scary. I'm glad our little TG didn't get blown away.
Me too.
Hey, Steven.
Morning, Steven.
Yep, hopefully all our UK friends did all right with that weather.
So, I know that you don't realize this, Kodi, but gas has really went up lately.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, my mom said it was like what did she pay? Like 335 or something. I don't know, 330 something for gas for our
Yep, it's
car.
gonna keep getting higher, probably.
And I looked at her, I said, well, I wish I could complain about that problem, but the city made me sell my vehicle and I'm still bitter. So, although of course she's like, it costs a lot for me to make the trips for you. And I'm like I said before, she is the queen of guilt trips. Queen. She's awesome at it. Ooh, Papa Ron, that's not good. Losing the siding on your house is not a good thing.
How did that happen?
Yeah, how did that happen? Were you partying too hard? Or did you just have strong winds?
What kind of siding is it?
Inquiring minds want to know. Flu, really.
Okay. Okay.
Plu. Hmm.
Like that.
Now every time I see Papa Ron in a chat somewhere, I'm just gonna put in, "Hey, Papa Ron, Plu."
Rutabaga.
Hey, I got my face off screen. Yeah, that webcam, man, you can see more of me and you can see like all like my whole background all the way from my door to I'm like, holy crap, my room's a mess.
What do you think maybe after it updated that will work better?
I don't know. I mean, it
Maybe.
didn't do that before when I had it hooked up. I unhooked it before because the audio that because the webcam itself has a speaker and or a microphone, but people couldn't
Mm,
hear me.
okay. Vinyl.
So what I was what I was doing, you were trying to type wind and you got plu. You need to look at your keyboard, dude. Your fingers were in the wrong spot. Um and so I unhooked it. So what I was gonna do is try and use the camera, but use the laptop mic. And it was fine. I had it hooked up for like 15, 20 minutes, and all of a sudden it just bloop, and it said that my device was not connected. And I'm like, yes, it is, and I haven't touched anything. So what the hell? And so then I tried to switch back to the laptop camera, nothing. And then I unplugged the webcam and took it completely. Like I even took the little thing off. Everything was off my computer and like sitting next to me, and still nothing. So I don't know. I have no idea. But the picture was nice and clear while it lasted.
Well, maybe it updated drivers and then wanted to shut down or something.
Mm, I don't. I don't know, but it shouldn't have shut my laptop camera down,
Mm, I don't know anything.
and I don't know anything about them. But hmm, that's ironic. I checked the weather on my laptop, and then my phone's like, "Here, we'll give you an update for your weather,"
Blue.
and they give me an update for Lembang. It's 64 degrees in Lembang. I have no idea where that is, but I know it's not America. I don't know why I get weather updates for them. I've changed it. Like on my phone, on the face of my phone, like when I remove my lock screen, it gives me 43 for Anderson. But when I look up notifications, it's I don't know. Yeah, that's a nice try, Papa Smurf, but the it was PLU, not BLE that you sent. Mhm. Mhm. Nice try though. That was a very good attempt.
I've got 48.
Yeah, my phone says 43 and Google says 43. So, apparently they're running on the same system there.
Mm.
Papa Ron trying to cover up. Nice try. Your fingers were just in the wrong place. He said he was trying to say wind. He was trying to type wind. Well, you
Mm.
you you were using the
Mm.
wrong hand to start off with because the W and the P are on the totally opposite sides of the keyboard. And I and L are diagonal from each other, and then the U is next to the I. So the N and the D are on the opposite side. So yeah, it was a nice try, Papa Smart,
Plus.
but your
I
fingers were just in the wrong. You don't. Then it was plus. Look, I'm trying to cover up what he was doing.
mm.
Now you're busted. You fucked up. That's just all there is to it. And now you're definitely not gonna be able to forget it because I definitely am. Every time I see you now, I'm gonna put PLU in the chat just because you tried so hard to cover it up. And then it was plus. Plus what? She asked you how the siding got blown down and what kind of siding. So what was plus for? Who said you use your hand to type? Well, I don't know what you're using, but you've had it long enough. You should be able to control whatever it is. So you're still fucked it up and you're still getting reminded. It's one of those things. I'll be hashtag pluing you. Craziness. Next kid's going to say it was the dog. Dog stuck his nose on the keyboard. That's what did it.
Papa Ron, you never told us what happened.
Yeah, all he said is wind and vinyl.
No, I mean about the other thing.
Oh, yeah. What did happen with that? You put in very cryptic comments and never gave us any other information about who was mean to you and all that stuff. What happened?
That's right. I
Inquiring
don't.
minds want to know. Click the damn link and get up here.
Spill it. We need names.
Right?
You
know what kind of
I
channel
need to
this
know
is.
who to be mad at.
I mean, all we got out of the chat that you did put anything in was that people ranking on you, you said something, and you got blocked. That's all I got out of all that. I don't know
And it was
where
a
it was.
misunderstanding, and you're really not like that. And so what happened?
Yeah. Inquiring minds want to know.
Crickets.
Right?
What?
Man. Bye, Jessica. Have a great day.
Bye, Jessica. Hey, Anna. Anna, are you really crazy?
Hey, Anna.
If so, you are in a good group.
Well, technically, if you read this whole screen name and include the little picture she put, it's Anna, I'm Crazy Bear. Because that's a little bear.
Is it a bear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, looky dooky.
Oh.
Hi, Pepper.
Now, stop picking on me.
All right, so what happened?
Okay, I'm over it now, but that morning I was, as you could tell, very upset. And basically I've been going over to other channels, collecting coins and things, right? And, some of the games and all. Well, I went into a channel, and believe it or not, it was kind of strange. They were doing giveaways. Well, I got there late, and the first giveaway, I always play 11,
Right.
and the number was 11. And I thought, well, I'll stick around, see what happens. So then there was a card giveaway, and somebody had bought a spot for chat. Okay, so chat won. So that means everybody in the chat gets to, go into the computer game and randomly pick a winner. Well, I won.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I got a really nice, silver round. It had a naked girl on it, but I won it, so I wasn't going to argue.
Right.
So I got that, and then another free drawing came up, and I won that. Okay, so 2 back to back, and I thought I was going to win one thing, and it was another. Okay, I thought it was going to be a 10-gram Valcanby, but it was when I got it, it was a 1 gram Valcanby. So I thought, okay, well, let me send an email to see if I made a mistake and what happened. And I sent the email, and it was ignored. So I called somebody. I'm not going to mention their names. I called somebody to ask advice, and that person told me, "Well, I doubt that would be given away as a free gift or freebie. So go back and watch the video to make sure." So I watched it. There was the item that was being given away wasn't put on the screen. Okay, I didn't see it. And then I won. And then there was a long pause. And then the person, like the mod that takes care of it, asked the person, "What did Papa Smurf win?" And I didn't hear anything. And then finally, it was, the person, the mod said, "Well, was it a 1 Grammy?" And the person said, "Yeah." All right. So there, it was open to misunderstand. All right. It was easy, I thought I was getting one thing, I got something different, but I did send an email to ask, didn't get an answer. So then I sent an apology email. All right. And I said, "I'm sorry, I went back and watched the video. Just, everything's fine, drop it." Nothing. So 2-3 days go by. I walk in the chat. Okay. I was asked, from another chat, "Hey, let's go over and do a raid on this channel." So we all go in, and I'm talking, saying hi to everybody. Everybody's saying hi to me and everything. All of a sudden, my wrench disappears. Hi, 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 everybody. And the next thing I know, I'm gone. Or, I'm thinking, how you can see on your screen that it looks like you're in the chat?
Yeah.
I wasn't. And then the next thing I know, this person starts blasting me, saying that, all I had to do was come to him, that I had went behind his back, and that I had blanketed emails out to people and all this about him. It was all lies. I called one person I've known since 2018, and asked for advice, and that was it. So then, he went on and on. I was typing in the chat saying, "I sent you 2 apology emails," and all this. And, naturally he might have been seeing it because he's the owner of the channel. I don't know, but nobody in the chat saw it. So he blasted me in front of my friends and people I know and people that trust me. And that's the first time that's ever happened. So I was pissed very much.
Who was this crazy asshole?
I don't want to mention their names because, it just caused more problems.
Well, it was done on a live, so, it's not like other people don't know.
It was Jeff Crumpler. I don't know if anybody knows him, but he's a coin guy.
Coin guy.
Yeah. And so that really, it broke my heart, and then it pissed me off because I had never, ever disrespected the channel. I've never did anything. And at the same time, he was jumping on somebody else because they had talked about somebody else's channel during his thing. And it shouldn't have happened, None of it should have took place. All he had to do was answer my emails. So I did send him an email after he banned me and said what he said. And he said, "Yeah, I got your emails. I ignored them." That right there showed me that, he didn't care. And, and so I told him, it's all good. Karma will take care of, life. So, but that morning I come in, I was very upset, but I've gotten over it. And, and I don't care. I support everybody. I do everything I can to watch videos, hit thumbs up. I know I don't have any content, but I'm a supporter. I go around and help everybody out and do everything I can to, help them out.
Right. It sounds like he was just pissed off that you won like 2 things in a row and he didn't want to give stuff away. But
exactly.
If you don't want to give something away, then don't do a giveaway.
Right. And if it's open to everybody in the chat, it's open to everybody in the chat.
Or if you don't want one person to win multiple times, because if it's done like, fairly, then one person could win all of the giveaways on that day. It just, randomly. It's not like it's set up or they're, got it rigged or something. So if you
Right.
don't want that to happen, then you make it so that, if you won something today from my channel, please don't enter any of the other giveaways because it's one giveaway, one person per giveaway or whatever they can win. That kind of thing. You
Yeah,
set
and
up
I
rules.
explained to him in the email. I explained to him. I said, "Listen, I mean, I sent an email to ask the question because
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if he
Right.
had just answered me, it would have avoided all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, because I still have channels. There's stuff that I won in Christmas. I never received it.
Yeah.
And one person says, "Well, I mailed it." Well, can you give me a date so I can check to see if it didn't make it or check with my post office? And no response. So what's that tell me? It was never sent.
Right. To patios.
So,
I have no
okay.
idea. I didn't. That's the first comment I see from you is what happened to my comment. So Google might have
I think that's
decided.
Tapatio.
Huh?
Tapatios.
Yeah. What did I say?
Tapatio.
Sorry. My brain's not working well today. Yeah. This is the first comment I've seen. So the Google mods might have decided that your comment was not appropriate or something. It happens to a lot of people. Well,
Did I miss something? What are we talking? Whose comment got?
To Patios Cop Watch. He just put in what happened to my comment. That's the first comment I've seen. So obviously the YouTube decided that his comment didn't need to be seen because it wasn't removed by anyone.
YouTube has, that's the other thing I'm upset about. My chats won't run right the last 4 or 5 days. They won't run on their own. I got to go out, come back in, and then I see what everybody said.
Oh, really?
Yes. And now YouTube has changed up their whole thing with not interested in a video or, don't recommend this video. They've added that onto their little list of things you can do when you watch a video. What are the other things they've done? They just have been messing with everything and they don't let us know. They just do it. And some of our older devices won't handle it. It won't, work.
Yeah.
So, but comments, you can't put 88 in the chat. It won't show. Google takes out what they want before it even makes it into the chat. And they decide what words can go in and what words can't.
Yeah, well, I mean, the 88 thing was already a thing because it's supposed to be some kind of racist bullshit, but I just put it in and it stayed.
Why wouldn't you be able to?
Did it really? That, okay, yeah. But you're a channel owner.
So
somebody else, see if anybody else can try to put it in. Or maybe they changed it. Maybe they don't do it no more.
Darlene says you can now. 88 was supposed to be some kind of racist neo-Nazi symbol or
gang related or something.
Some bullshit like that. So yeah, Steph just put it in. It's in. So
okay,
you can use the number now. But yeah, for a long time YouTube wouldn't let you put it in because they have anti-hate.
We got lots of 88s now.
And yeah. So I mean YouTube has is supposed to have a no hate policy, so putting anything racist or neo-Nazi type of bullshit in there would be considered hate. So but apparently they've modified it because people were probably getting pissed they couldn't put the number 88 in. I don't know. Just because you use the number doesn't mean you're racist. You know what I mean?
Well, what tickled me back, we used to do drawings and stuff, and if the number drawn was 88, there was nobody in the chat that had it, so it goes to somebody else because it didn't show.
Hey, George. Good morning.
Good morning, Greg.
Yeah, craziness.
But you can imagine how frustrating it is. You're there typing and all, and nobody else is saying nothing. And you go out and, there's been like 5 people that said something to you and you don't see it.
Hello.
Yeah, that was a bitch move. Block you so that you can't make any response to all the bullshit that he's spewing out. That's a little bitch move right there.
Yeah, I couldn't defend myself. I couldn't, nothing. And there's people now that's not talking to me because I know what they think. They think that I did something wrong and I didn't.
Well, and anybody that's going to stop talking to you because of what some asshole spewed out about you, without coming and asking you your side of things, then isn't it? I mean, you don't really need to talk to those people anyway, because they're just gonna be like, oh, you know what he did. It's not, hey, this, what's going on between you two? Like me and Debbie are like, all right, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
see, way I looked at it, it'd be like going to Las Vegas and you go into a casino and you start winning like crazy. So the first thing you think, is this dude cheating? Well, no, let's take him out of the game and ask him. I mean, I feel that I get lucky on days, or somebody's looking out for me because I do win a lot of different contests and things like that. But I don't do anything. I'm just there at the right time, at the right place.
Right. No, what he did was complete bullshit.
It was, and I don't want to make a big deal about it, and I don't want to start a big stink over it, because like you
Well,
said, my friend, the people that really know me, and the ones that want to either not say anything or defend me. There wasn't people that defended me, and I commended them on it. But the ones that don't defend me because they're worried about how he might treat them, or
Right.
they're guilty by association, or something.
That I've had happen to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And see, the other thing is I wasn't the only one. He was doing another guy at the same time. I'm wondering if his anger carried over to me, or something. I don't.
I don't know. It could just be that he's an asshole, and neither one of you. I mean, the other guy might not have done anything wrong too. Hey,
right.
Paul. He sounds like a little bitch asshole, is what he sounds like.
Good morning, Paul. Sounds like he doesn't really want to do giveaways.
Right. So don't put shit up to be given away if you don't want to give it away, or you're not going to communicate with the people that you're supposed to be shipping things to.
Right. And I think people will buy a slot for the chat, and if that slot wins, then everybody in the chat has a chance. And some of them don't have any money, or they might be tight on funds, and here they won something, because somebody was kind. So
I do not know where Kathy is, Paul. She's probably still sleeping.
I've never heard anything good about coin people.
Right.
The
hardcore ones, yeah.
Well, Debbie, the reason I had my mom collected coins all my life, the old Morgans and things from when she was little. Then she got me to start collecting. I lost them all between the time I had my surgery and I got my disability. So I thought, I'd like to reestablish collection. So that's why I started hanging out, and I've got a pretty good collection now, but just because I win some free games, don't chastise me, or, I have questions about it because I don't know how all this works on YouTube. You got to ask questions.
There's some people that just don't have good communication skills, and I mean, if he's a coin seller, he needs to be able to communicate with people. I mean, whether it's a giveaway or whether he's selling something, if somebody has a question, he needs to fucking answer it.
Yeah, and we all know that there's two sides to YouTube. One is that you want to make money off of YouTube, so you're going to need viewers and hours and all that bull. And then the other is that you're putting up games or doing things that are going to attract the people in. So it's a hand in hand, win-win thing if you can get it to work right,
Yep. Yeah, and
now you got all worked up again. Dang it!
Well, the problem is if he blasts people like that, and he blocks them, and the word gets out that he's blocking people and then blasting them, that could happen to anybody that comes to his shows. his lives.
True.
So everybody is subject to that flaw of his that is like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to be a little bitch and I'm going to block them so they can't defend themselves and I'm going to blast them. And it could happen to anybody, you know, because I've seen it happen on other channels. There's somebody that does that. And
I mean, it does feel good to get it out because there's only
Yeah.
a couple people that I even have talked to about it, and naturally, your ways of getting people to talk.
we have
Talk.
ways of making you talk.
Yes. And Debbie being up here, got me up here too.
Row.
Reggie, we're busted. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I thought about it all week. Who was mean to you?
Yep.
Well,
So, and those people that just flat out just believe that you're a jerk and that you did everything he said, they don't know you very well. So,
No, that was a shitty dick move, and
yeah.
well, thank you both.
I wouldn't be too sad about those people not talking to you. I mean, I know it hurts when you think somebody's your friend and they just turn around and walk away because of something they heard instead of talking to you about it.
Right.
Been there, done that so many times.
And see, that's the other problem I have. There's only a few people that I'm actually in contact with, so it's not like they're gonna, what was that all about? I mean, you guys did because you know me, but nobody else does because I don't have personal conversations with them or know personally how to get a hold of them, if that makes sense.
Well, the woman that I stayed with in North Carolina when I lived there for 2.5, 3 months, whatever it was, when I left, now see, Cody's not stupid. Cody took pictures of the inside of this woman's house before I left, just in case she started some shit, because she lost her damn mind. I mean, she like bipolar flipped on me or something. She just completely lost her mind and was a completely different person. And kicking me out in the middle of the month after I've given her rent money, so I don't even have money to rent a truck to get out of there. All my stuff's sitting in storage. You know what I mean? I mean, it was a bitch move. So I took pictures of everything before I left because she dropped me and my son and my dog, who was only like 2.5 months old, off at my storage unit. That's where she dumped us, at the storage unit. I'm like, and we had to wait there for 7 hours, 6 hours until John and Issa could get up there and pick us up. So that was fun in the North Carolina heat. Yay. But when I got home and got back, set up with my laptop and everything, she had been telling everybody that I was messaging everybody and telling lies about her and all kinds of stuff, that I was calling people, texting them, messaging them, and lying about it.
Yeah, exactly what I was told. And I never did it.
And that I was lying about her to everyone. And that if anybody wanted to be her friend, they couldn't be my friend. And I'm like, oh, what are you, 5 years old? So I posted on my Facebook, I said, look, if anybody has gotten any kind of message, text, call, email, anything from me, please leave a comment on this post, because I haven't contacted anyone about the situation except one person, and that's the person that gave me the money to be able to move in the first place. Because moving to North Carolina was supposed to be a permanent thing, which did not work out. So I felt they had the right to know why it didn't work out and what was going on. So I told them the whole truth. And you know what? That person stopped talking to me. And I was like, well, that's your loss. I can't help it if this woman lost her fucking mind, But other than that, I didn't say anything to anybody. I did have the pictures. I could have posted them. And she probably would have gotten her kids taken away from her.
And see, that's part of the reason, I was angry, and then, basically I just turned it over to, the powers that be to, handle it. Like I said, karma, whatever you want to call it, because what goes around comes around. And like you said, the people that don't want to talk to me or think that was the person I am, well, I'm not.
Well, she had one other of our friends, because the group of people that I'm talking about all hung out in the chat room on AOL back in the day. and then migrated to MySpace, and then migrated to Facebook. So we were all still friends after all these years. I'm still friends with them 22 years later. But this one person who thought that her shit didn't stink and that she was like the queen of all of us and that what she said goes no matter what, obviously thought she was way more important than she was, said anybody who wants to still be friends with Kodi can just unfriend me. Because I will not be friends with anybody who's friends with Kodi. Yeah,
Dang.
I lost like 3 people out of like 300. I lost 3 people. She lost about 50. And because I put on my Facebook, I'm like, look, I'm not making anybody choose between anybody. I am perfectly capable of being friends with someone who's friends with someone I don't like. Because I'm not 5 fucking years old. I'm
A
like,
lot of people are immature. A
I'm like,
lot
so,
of people are immature.
you know, I said, you guys just do whatever you want. I'm not going to cause this huge, you know, Hatfield and McCoy's fucking feud over it. It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
And I never did
And
post the pictures, but oh my God, they were horrible.
and everybody asked me, why aren't you on Facebook? Why aren't you on Twitter? Why aren't you on, you know, whatever, Instagram? I don't want to be on none of that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
me
surprised
neither.
that I'm still here on YouTube, but you know, I came
Right
here
in.
and you know, I came here and it helped me out of a dark spot or a dark
yeah,
hole that I was in, and I'm still here, and I've made some wonderful friends, and you know, and I'm sincere. I mean, I care about all the people that you know I talk to and say hi to. I'm not. I don't need money. I'm not doing it for my channel. I'm doing it
yeah.
out of my heart. It's that simple.
Yeah, but she tried to turn it into this big feud thing, and I'm just like, whatever, you have fun with that. I'm just gonna do my thing, you know. And I just ignored her for the rest of the. I mean, I blocked her because I didn't want to see what she was posting, you know. And she had 2 different channels on 2 different Facebook accounts, and I blocked both of them just because I didn't want to be aggravated seeing the bullshit she was posting. So I just said, you know what, this toxic garbage gets to take itself out. Oh, bye bye. And I just blocked her, and it's funny because I can see people sometimes in comments, they'll comment to her comment. So I see her name and it's like bold letters, you know, but it's not highlighted so you can click on it because I have her blocked. So
Well, that's what gets me about Facebook. And I've talked to people before, and they're in a relationship with somebody. Well, he's online or she's online. Well, they read my comment. Why aren't they responding to me? I mean,
morning, Bobby.
it's just total craziness.
Good
Yeah,
morning, Bobby.
I've never been one of those people that ran for the phone or rushed if I, you know, when I have my pager and I got paged. I'm not running to a phone to call you. You know what I mean? I actually miss the days when it's like, okay, I'm going to the store. Do you need anything? Because if you don't tell me now, you're not getting it.
Right?
Because there was no way to contact you. You know, you go out and you come back, and there's no constant harassment in between.
Right. And think when I grew up, you know, old part. But anyway, you know, you got a phone call. There was no answer machine. If you didn't answer, you either wasn't there or wasn't near the phone.
Yep.
And they would, if it was important, this is what my dad always, if it was important, they'll call me back.
Yep. Because there was no answering machines and there was no fucking caller ID.
Right.
Yeah. So if it's my dad used to say that too. If it's important, they'll call back. You know, my mom used to run for the phone. He's like, Francis, why are you running for the phone? She goes, because I have to answer it. And I'm like, God, you know, I mean,
What for me back in the day when you picked the phone up and you'd hear people talking, you say, okay, somebody's using it, and you'd hang it back up, and then you pick it back up.
yeah,
And then finally you would say, how much longer are you going to be? Because it was
right.
a respect thing, right? You know, if they were on the party line, you know, talk if it's something important, but then, you know, hang up because other people need to make calls.
Well, see, I didn't have that option because I was an only child. So if the phone was in use, it was one of my parents, and I damn well better not ask them how long they're going to be on the phone.
No, when I say party line, I mean the neighbors in the neighborhood were all on the same line. They could be
Yeah,
up to
no,
We
5
had 8
families.
people. We had
You had
8
8?
people on our party line.
Yeah, we didn't have that. Although I do remember when all you had to do was dial the last 4 digits of your phone number.
Yep.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, you didn't have to do none of the before. If it was in your area, just the last 4 digits, and that was it.
Yep. Yeah, because in growing up in Westford, the first three yeah, the first three numbers before the number was 692, and then you have your 4 digits. That's your number. The 692 was for Westford, and then your number. So all we had to do was dial. Our phone number was 4210. So that's all we had to just pick up the phone and dial 4210 if we wanted to call home.
Well,
Yeah,
when
there's
I
all
went,
kinds of. The town has gotten a lot bigger. There's like 3 different extensions now for not just 692, but back then it was just one.
when I was a kid, and I think I told this, I don't know if I told this before, but we went to North Carolina to visit my grandparents, and we had to go down in the holler. I mean, you had to park your car and carry all the suitcases and all this and walk down this, old road. And you get down there, a big, huge house, barn, the whole works, but it's in a holler. So we get in there, and my grandma told my dad, well, my phone stopped working. And I said, what? And I'm thinking as a kid, well, why don't you call the phone company? Well, there wasn't no phone company. Dad put on his boots and he said, get your boots on, come on. I said, where we going? He says, we got to walk the line. I said, walk the line? He says, yes, we got to trace your mom, grandma or my mom's line all the way and see what happened. And we went up and down mountains. We went around trees. We went over rocks, and we finally found where a tree limb had fell. But I mean, it took all day to find this. And he had his tape with him and his knife, and he trimmed them and redid them and went back and ding, ding, ding. It was the one hanging on the wall. You had to spin the ringer, and it worked. And I mean, those are things that the kids today have no idea.
Yeah.
What the past
what I really
was like
miss?
with history.
You know what? The one thing that I really miss is being able to slam the phone down to hang it up.
Yeah, because you do use your cell phone, it breaks the glass.
The cell phone, it's just not. You can't be like, fuck you, click. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you'd be like, fuck you, bang. Yeah. But yeah,
see, I don't have a laptop now because I got upset and slammed the lid and broke it, and I haven't got a new one yet. So I'm working off of phones and tablets.
Yeah.
Maxi boy.
But yeah, I've just never been. I mean, hell, there are times, and I've told the story before about John and the one. Well, there were more than one, but the idiots that he dated, that they'd get in a fight and they'd text him, and it'd be like 300 texts in 2 minutes, and his phone would just be like, it would vibrate off the table because of all the texts coming in, and I'm like, I'm just looking at him because I'm trying to watch TV or something, and his phone is going off like a mother, and I'm like, and he goes, I don't know, she's pissed, and I'm like, then turn it off. And he was like, yeah, and then she'd get more pissed. I'm like, I don't care. And then she'd start calling, and then she'd hang up on him, and he'd have to call her back, and I'm like, look, your phone wars are pissing me off. Go outside, and if I can hear you, I'm coming out there and I'm taking your phone away. And yeah, I don't know how many, I took his phone away quite a few times, and I'd be like, when you calm down, call him. And I hang up the phone, and they get pissed. Who does she think she is? He goes, if you want to come here and argue with her, then be my guest. None of them did. But I don't play games. When him and I got in a fight, he was at his mom's house, and I was like, you know what? I have to stop talking to you right now because you're pissing me off. I will call you in a little while when I'm ready to talk to you again. And I hung up. And like half an hour later, he called me and he's like, you hung up on me and didn't call me back. I'm like, and I'm about to do it again. When I want to talk to you, I will call you. And he was like, but I'm like, nope, have a good day. Bye. And I hung up again. I was not ready to talk to him, and I wasn't playing phone wars with him. And that prick tried calling me back 15 minutes later, and I just didn't answer the phone.
I see Bobby and No Money G. See, when we used to take the mouthpiece off of the receiver, so they couldn't hear you, and then you could listen in on the neighbors all the conversations. And like she said, big gossip line. I mean, it was the early internet, basically, because that's what people would do, was listen in on other people's conversations and stuff. But it was weird because you learn, to respect people and not, cause problems. I mean, there's no way that anything like that in the world would work today.
Bobby, I'm on the East Coast, and I wasn't anywhere near your neighborhood yesterday.
Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Bobby. Did I also see who else come in?
Greg,
Hey, Jennifer.
G.
Oh, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie.
Yeah, well, Bonnie been here. Pay attention.
Annie. Hi, Annie.
Hello.
Hi, Anna.
Yeah, I mean,
Jennifer,
it was so funny though, because he tried calling me back that one time. He tried calling me back like 10 times, and I was just like, nope. I actually turned my phone off. I was having none of it. I didn't want to hear it going off. Nothing. And his mom only lived down the street and around the corner from me, so he actually walked up to my house. He's like, "You're not answering your phone," and I was like, "Really? I hadn't noticed." I was like, "Go home. I am not ready to talk to you yet, but I want to talk to you." I was like, "Oh, and what you want takes precedence over what I want?" I don't think so. Go home. And it took me like 15, 20 minutes to get him to go home. And I'm like, he didn't understand because he's so used to dealing with immature little shits that want to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I got no time for that shit. Even if I have absolutely nothing to do, I have no time for that kind of shit. I'm like, no, I don't play games. Just go. So I waited until the next day and I called him because that's my game. You fuck with me and I will make you wait longer.
I always hated the silent treatment. Talk to me. Let's get it out and get it over with. Don't give me the silent treatment and not say a word to me or ignore me or.
Yeah, he couldn't handle the silent treatment either. But this wasn't the silent treatment. This was, you're pissing me off. So before we get into a really bad verbal argument that could potentially turn physical, because I do feel like punching you in the face, we need to stop talking for a little while until we calm down. That's what I wanted. I wanted space. And he kept interfering with my space. I'm like, get out of my bubble, go away. So the next day I called him. He's like, "Are you calmed down yet?" I was like, "Not if you're going to start the conversation off like that." I was like, "I'll talk to you later." He goes, "Wait." Yeah. So, and then we talked out what the problem was, which at this point I don't even remember what it was, but we talked it through, and he finally admitted he was wrong, which he was, and we were all good. No, I mean, 20 years of, well, 3 years of friendship, and then the rest of the 20 was, well, no, three years of relationship, and then the rest was friendship. And in all that time, he actually kept score of how many times he was right. And it was, I think, the last time he made a comment, it was 5 or 6 times in 20 years that he was actually right about something. But I told him, no, that's wrong.
That was one of your off days, probably.
Yeah, I do have them once in a while, But he would be so funny because he'd be like, "What was that?" And I'd be like, "You're right." He'd be like, "I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you." I was like, "You about?" I was like, "You about to be right with a black eye for a twist?" And he's like, "Never mind, love you, bye." He'd walk away.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody loves a pat on the back, and I know I do. If I repaired something, fixed something, came up with a good idea, you just want a little pat on the back, saying good job or whatever.
Good morning, Kent. Oh, well, I mean, for repairs and stuff, he was good at that. He was a jack of all trades, man. He could fix everything from the car to an air conditioner in the house. But, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when he's sitting there and he'll say something and I'm like, no, that's wrong. And he'll be like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. And he'll be like, no, it's not. And I'm like, yes, it is. And I'd actually have to go and look it up to prove to him that he was wrong. And he'd be like, well, damn it. And he'd walk away. It's like when Issa tried to tell me what serenade meant, because I forget how the whole thing started, but she used serenade in the wrong context. So I was like,
Susanna. Oh,
I was
sorry.
like, Issa, do you know what serenade means? She goes,
Good morning,
yes.
Susanna.
Morning, Susanna.
Wink,
She's like,
wink.
yes. And I'm like, well, I was like, I bet you $5 you do not know the correct definition of serenade. And she goes, yes, I do. And she's like, and I'll take that bet. And John goes, oh, that's a mistake. And she's like, why? I'm right. He goes, because Kodi never bets money unless she knows she's going to win. And he was right, because it took him 3 times to learn that lesson. And I think I made about $150 off before he learned that lesson. And so she gave the definition. It was totally wrong. And I handed John the dictionary. I said, just so she doesn't think I'm cheating, here, you look it up. And he looked it up and he told her what the definition was. She was wrong, and I got my $5, which she was not going to pay me. And John was like, you don't Welsh on a bet with Kodi.
Oh yeah, that was one thing. Us growing up, you know, if you had a bet, and it didn't matter what it was, you know, be stupid like, you know, trying to do a headstand on your pickup truck and falling
Right.
through the window, you know, you paid it. You know, it was that simple. And if you borrowed money, you just paid it. You never wanted somebody to come and ask you for it, or, you know, request it, or, you know, talk to somebody else about it. You know, that was the other thing that upset me about that. I only went to one person to ask advice. I didn't go there to bitch, you know, or, you know, call names or accuse or anything like that. I wanted to understand, you know, what happened. You know, why, you know, is it my brain nowadays? You know, because it don't work like it used to. Did I make a mistake? You know,
Right.
it was open to interpretation, because the prize wasn't on the camera, and I got something that I didn't think that was supposed to, you know, it was something different. That's all
Now,
it was.
if you only went to one person to ask them for advice on how to approach that, how did he know that you went to anybody?
Because that one person, you know, said to him that, well, Papa Ron got a hold of me. You should get a hold of him. That's all it was
Right.
said. And, you know, and that set, I guess that lit the fuse. I don't know.
So suddenly it was you contacting everybody on YouTube, you know.
Yeah, and he actually said a blanketed emails out to everybody. Said that I talked to somebody that I don't even. Only thing I've ever done is said hi and bye in the chat.
Here,
I
hold
don't
on. I
even
gotta
know their
check my email,
email.
because I have to check my email, because apparently mine got lost. I didn't get one, so maybe it's
You
I
didn't get a
didn't get it.
copy.
in my
Because
spam.
a blanketed.
I guess
I
I'm not
assume
everybody.
I've never
Right?
done a blanketed email, and I don't have your email, Debbie. But you know, that means if I did a blanketed email, I would assume that every person that I bought something from would get one, because it's the same email. So so it'd go out to Lori and Susanna and Victoria and on and on and on.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to do one, much less would I know.
Jennifer, it's not what happened now. We got him up here so we could find out what happened before. Because we wanted details, because we're nosy bitches like that. So yeah.
It was what I was upset about the other day, Jennifer, but I'm over it. But I did, you know, explain what happened. And yeah, I had to go back and watch the rerun.
He doesn't want to go over it again. Basically, he won prizes. He asked a question about a prize. His emails were ignored. And then he was in the chat of that person that did the giveaway. And that person all of a sudden took his wrench and blocked him, and then started blasting a whole bunch of bullshit about Ron on his live. And none of it was true. So,
yeah. There's a good long story short. Good job, Kodi.
Thank you. And people think I can't summarize. Ha!
Yeah, guys gotta be. They got. It's so important for everybody to be here when the show starts, because all this recapping. I swear.
And it was someone from the coin community. It wasn't someone from our reselling community. Just to make that clear, it wasn't anybody that like we hang out with, unless you hang out with Jeff. What's his name from the coin community? Would you say his name was Kluger?
Crumpler.
Crumpler.
Plu. He said it was Plu.
Yeah, he said it was Plu.
No,
Yeah.
now, whoa. You asked me, I said my siding, a quarter of my siding was, gone off the house. And then you said, why? And I started to put, blew the wind or blew off or something, but I hit the send button while I was typing because I'm on a different phone now so I can see the chat runs. One I'm talking to you on right now, the chat won't run because it's an older phone. But
Papa
anyway,
Ron. Papa
that's
Ron.
where the blue come from.
Jennifer said, "Well, I need to. It's the weekend. I need to sleep sometime, Ron." Jennifer said that. Oh,
And
Anna,
I
you were there
agree.
when that
Good morning,
happened?
Tom.
Hey, Tom.
I agree, Jennifer.
Yeah,
Sleep
I
is
just, I
good.
mean, so basically, Jeff Little
Hey,
Bitch
Tom.
Slugger guy was, he blocked Ron so Ron couldn't defend himself, and then just spewed out a whole bunch of bullshit. None of which happened. He just bashed him. So yeah, he pulled a little bitch move. I'm gonna block him so he can't defend himself, and I'm gonna say a whole bunch of stuff about him. Hey, Rhonda. So that's what that was about.
Good morning, Rhonda.
Uh-oh. Rhonda's got the thinking emoji.
Yeah, exactly, Jennifer.
Exactly.
And it is frustrating. It's very frustrating. That's why he was really upset when he was out in the chat the other day, and we were concerned for him. So,
And I appreciate you all. I really do.
oh, Greg, I remember Delden. Oh, he never sent it. Yeah, that sucks. Rhonda,
What did Rhonda say? Where's she at?
you put in a little ninja emoji.
I really did. I mean, I need to get a hold of Rhonda. She'll handle this for me.
Well, it always seems to be about giveaways, right?
Yeah.
Don't do the damn giveaways.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen Delden around on YouTube in quite a while. 9-pound hammer. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to have an issue with somebody winning giveaways or with being able to send the item for a giveaway, then don't do giveaways. I mean, it's great to draw people onto your channel and get people excited to be there. Like, hey, we hang out in here and they do giveaways and stuff. That's great to promote your channel. But if you're not going to back it up or you're going to give somebody a hard time when they win, then don't do them. Rhonda, okay then. You did. Very loud. But how do you really feel, Rhonda? I haven't seen him, G. I haven't seen him at all. Nope. Mm.
Oh my. I love you, Susanna.
Apparently Susanna has very hurt feelings. Have you just not seen her when she said hi, or I don't want to start a whole controversy in my chat here.
Well, that's why I said I love Susanna because hey, why aren't you talking to me? Come on, let's talk.
Rhonda, I know a lot of people had problems with Delden. I remember. I never did personally, but then I never bought anything from him, so.
That must have been before my time of coming back.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Can't see who? You can't see Susanna?
He may have just came in and took off, Susanna. That's a possibility.
I gave him a wrench.
There he is.
Yeah, Tom's still here. Oh, does he, Jennifer? Yeah, I'm good with that.
You hit on women, Cody?
Who
What?
hits on women?
That's what it sounds like. Sorry. I'm good with that.
Tom, that sentence doesn't make any sense. Let's leave it at that. Oh, here. I'm here.
I'm
Leave it
here.
at that.
Let's leave it at that. Okay. Well, it's not filling in the blanks for me, though.
Yeah, I think whatever's going on there has to be done privately.
Yeah.
There are some things that take a delicate touch and mediators and shit like that, and I'm not one of those, so we'll just leave that
And
one
you know what I was
alone.
saying about the silent treatment? You know, that's one thing I've noticed, back in the day, somebody that you in the family or a friend or whatever, they just wouldn't talk to you,
Yeah.
but now, like, you try to reach out to them, say on Discord or, on Hangouts or something like that, so you can discuss what might be wrong or what, nothing, It's a silent treatment to me. I mean, that's the way it feels.
Yeah.
I want everyone to get along. Let's agree to disagree, but let's get along and be kind.
Debbie, I think you kind of the same way I am. Anything can be worked out. You can either apologize, you can say I'm sorry and make sure you don't ever do it again, or you can say, well, we aren't talking to each other anymore and it's over. But as long as you say that it's over, it's you're not my friend no more, and we don't contact. Okay.
Hi, Lizzie.
That's,
Yeah, I don't know any controversy here, so both Susanna and Tom get hugs from me because I'm not picking sides. So I
I'm
love
not
both
picking
you guys.
sides either.
So you both get hugs.
That's right.
everybody gets hugged.
Everybody,
Group hug. Oh.
There are people that I don't want to talk to, and I won't talk to. I don't acknowledge them. It's not me being mean to them. It's just I don't talk to them. Although if they try and cause an issue about me not talking to them, then I get mean. But
And this is one thing I'll say. I have never disrespected, anybody that's done anything to me. If they come into a chat that I'm in, I don't say anything about it or anything. All I
yeah,
do is if they say hi to me, I just put their name. That's it, and that's
Jennifer.
that's how I respond.
Yeah. Well, there are certain actually at this point, well, 1, 2, 3 people that I consider too toxic for me to even acknowledge their existence, so I don't.
Lizzie, hi Lizzie.
Unless I'm venting, and then they get acknowledged more than they want. But if I see them in chat, I just don't. I mean, if I'm in person in a group of people and there's somebody there that I don't want anything to do with, it's not like I'm going to walk up and say hi to them, and they can walk up to me and say hi to me, and I'm going to turn around and walk away because I want nothing to do with them. Hello, So
well,
why would we?
I don't think saying hi to somebody hurts. That's harmless. You can just say hi. It's not a big deal. You don't
But
have
I
to
don't
be
want to.
friends. You don't have to like everybody, but you can just say hi. It's okay.
But why would I want to? I mean, if somebody puts food in front of me that I don't like, I'm not going to eat it. To be polite, I mean, it's just not acknowledging them. I just don't want them to acknowledge them in any way. That's my choice. It's just what I do. And I did have somebody ask me why I don't say anything to them, and they did not like the answer. Because I do have a policy that I will answer just about any question that's given to me. And I do reserve the right to be like, I'm not answering that. But nine times out of 10, I will answer it completely honestly. And they were not happy with the honest answer. Always be careful what you wish for.
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby, you're silly. I say hi to you all the time, Bobby. You're not allowed to take your hi back. You are not one of the 3 people, Bobby. It's okay. It used to be 4 people, but it took one of those people off the list. Not a fake person, just a wackadoodle one, a liar, toxic, crazy.
Jennifer, confusion in the chat is so easy because
Could also be that I said it in a very masshole-ish way too. I don't know. Presentation is everything, right? I'm still pissed off about that damn camera.
what happened to your camera?
Well, I tried putting the webcam on before my show, like 45 minutes before I was supposed to go live, and it was working for about 15 minutes, and all of a sudden the camera just completely canceled out, and it said that my device was not connected. Yet I hadn't touched anything, so I'm like, what? So I tried to switch back to my laptop camera, and nothing. I had nothing. It still said device not connected, and I'm like, what the hell? So I unplugged the other camera and took it completely off the computer, and still nothing. I left StreamYard, came back into StreamYard, still nothing. I'm like, the hell? So I went to restart my laptop, and of course, there were updates, and the laptop decided to update, then restart. I got stuck on the restart screen for 15 minutes. Then it went back to the update screen, and this happened back and forth multiple times. Then I got stuck on a screen that said cleaning up 0% for like 15 minutes. Look at the hell. And then all of a sudden, my computer, it said 100% for like 5-6 minutes. And then all of a sudden, my laptop just shut off. Look at the hell. I hit the start button and boom, there's my lockout screen. And, I put the code in and boom, voila, my desktop screen was on. And I'm like, okay, my laptop's possessed. And then I had to go through, I ran my cleaner. And then I had to go through all the process of signing back into everything because my cleaner wipes my passwords too. So, pain in the ass. But I don't know. It didn't do that the last time I tried using that camera. But if I can't use that camera, I'm not going to be able to sell anything because you can't see anything with the laptop camera. Everything's fuzzy and hazy and gross. So.
Well, you should have seen me when I knew I had the interview with Susanna. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, I got to get ready for this. So I don't have a camera holder, nothing like that, and I don't have a laptop. So I go and find this real tall, old mason type jar, that's full of combs actually, but it has one of the old rubber seals on it and a little metal latch and all that. Then I took the mirror holder for the car that I bought from Lori and put it on top of that and had it sitting here, and then put the camera in that. And that was my setup that I had for the interview. And it was so funny because I showed a couple people, I said, this was my setup. And they just laughed their butt off.
Well.
But, and that's the thing. Back in the day, like my car, it doesn't have a choke. So I know how to start it. You got to pump it, while you're starting it, and it'll start right up. But if I send somebody else out there to start it, they'll kill the battery, because it's just those little twerks you got to do to make things work.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do anything for it to disconnect. I mean, I'm almost tempted to plug it in right now and show you guys the difference in clarity, but I don't want it to shut my device the whole thing down again, because then I'll have to reboot, and it could take 40. It took an hour for me to get my computer to boot back up. So,
I had one that used to take 4 hours. It was an old Hewlett Packard.
Yeah, this is a Hewlett Packard too.
It takes forever to come back on.
It's only about 3 years old though. Because he got it about a year before he died. So, but I mean the clarity on the webcam is so much better. I mean, it gives a much wider shot of my room. You see a lot more of me, which I don't really like, but it is so much clearer. And I have to get stuff sold, and if I can't present it, I can't sell it. And if I can't use that webcam, I have no idea. I don't know. So.
A lot of mass holes in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Mass hole here, mass hole there, mass hole here.
These assholes are taking over YouTube. That's why. We're gonna start all our live shows with "How the fuck are ya?" Yeah, because I wanted to try and use the webcam I have with the laptop microphone, because the webcam microphone it's too low. The audio isn't good on it. So that's what I was playing around with before my show, and all of a sudden it blanked out, and then I was an hour late for my own show. I'm like, shit. So
that was like with Rhonda. When Liam, I guess his game had dumped and she had to reset it and reboot it all and lost everything. I felt so bad.
Yeah, I did
because,
too.
I can only imagine what you went through getting it all, redone and fixed, and then him being upset.
Yeah, losing your gaming info to a gamer is no joke, man.
Nope. What, Microsoft? I remember both of mine had Microsoft and all that, and they got hacked there. It was a long, long time ago. They got hacked and they lost everything, and you'd have thought the world came to an end.
Yeah.
Lizzie, what's the weather like in the UK?
Yeah, Lizzie, how did you do with those strong winds and stuff? You guys had crazy weather.
What was it, 100-mile-an-hour winds or something?
Yeah. It was the first time they had gotten a red weather alert since the system had been enacted, I guess. Pretty scary shit when you're not used to winds like that.
Oh, there's a huge storm that's supposed to hit Norway, I think tonight or tomorrow morning. That came in off of from Greenland and all
that. I got woken up not last night, night before, I think, with some. I mean, we had serious winds out here. I don't usually hear the wind in my room when I'm in my room, unless it's blowing around leaves or something that are hitting my window. But this was, I mean, like the stuff that you hear in movies. It's like the wind whistling and just whoosh. I was like, holy crap, what the hell? And of course, it's pitch black. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, so you can't see anything. I'm like, well, if a tornado picks me up, it was nice knowing y'all.
Well, you know what a piece of siding is like. You take a piece of siding and slap it on the ground, the sound it makes. Well, that's what the siding was doing on the end of the house. It just kept smacking it, like smacking your hand flat.
That would have driven me nuts. We've lost some shingles and stuff occasionally, and you know what? We'll gather them up, because anytime we had like a bad storm, John would check the yard, and he'd pick up any pieces of shingles or whatever that were laying on the ground. And we'd let the landlord know. Not once in 6 years has the landlord gone up on our roof to replace any of these shingles. So I'm like, well, it's your house, We've told you that shingles are coming off. It's your house. If you don't want to fix it, that's on you.
Well, that's what tickled me, because Kathy said that her house is cedar siding, and that's what this house was. And then back in the 70s, back then it was supposed to have been aluminum siding, but vinyl just came out. So the vinyl salesman guys came here. Oh, we want to use your house as a model, and we're going to do this and give you all this discount and all this. And I don't know if you ever seen Tin Man. It was a movie with DeVito and all them.
No.
Okay. Well, they were aluminum siding salesmen, and the government actually, held them accountable for false advertising and ripping people off. But these guys came in the house and they tried to charge my dad more than what they said. And my dad wasn't having it. And he said, you told me this, and this is what I'm willing to pay, and so forth, so on. This guy had a heart attack in the middle of our living room. And I'm a little kid, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Daddy, you killed him.
Yeah.
And it was all a freaking act to try to get sympathy and get this money. And then when I saw that movie, Tin Man, I just rolled. I said, I lived that.
Yeah, Jennifer, right? When all the shingles come off, all that stuff's going to be on me. Well, I did show him in my entryway up in the ceiling. There's a little bit of water damage, and I told him, I said, I've never gone out there while it's raining because I sleep during storms. So I said, but he goes, well, it doesn't look like it's too bad. Look like it's been there for a while. It should be fine. I'm like, okay.
So, Debbie, did you get any more snow?
No.
I'm telling you, it freaked me out to see snow on palm trees. It really did. I put that in your comments.
So Lizzie said a lot of tree damage. Part of the O2 area roof came off. I don't know what O2 area is. And she thinks that 5 people died. She stayed indoors. Yeah,
Oh.
when they give a red weather alert in I do not, Bobby. When they give a red weather alert in the UK, it means stay the fuck inside because it's dangerous. Yeah, Bobby, I can't afford to pay insurance. Couldn't afford it on the car either. That's why it wasn't registered and why I had to sell it.
Well, see, I would think the wind damage to the house itself wouldn't be a renter's thing. That'd be something like if you did something inside that was
No, I think she's talking about if the roof leaks and I get water damage.
all on your property. Okay.
Yeah. Well, hopefully if the roof leaks, it'll leak on my son's stuff because, he obviously doesn't care about his shit.
Lizzie's seen Tin Man.
Oh, O2 Arena, Great Big Exhibition Theater Center. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay, I got you. Yeah, strong winds are scary because, there's only so much you can get away from them. Things start falling apart or your roof comes off. You're kind of screwed, I'm surprised I haven't lost power with the storms that we've had. Even when we got the edges of the hurricanes that have come through, we haven't lost power, which is weird. They had to have changed the grid somehow because we used to get a slight breeze and we'd lose power for hours. So they had to have changed something out on that main street where the main power lines run. Welcome back, Susanna.
Welcome back. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
What?
Yeah, Lizzie. Well, I don't get hit too hard with the hurricanes. Debbie would get hit harder than I do because she's at the beach, so she's on the coast. But I am the farthest corner away from the coast that you can get, and my
I'm
little
about 10 minutes from the water.
Yeah, my little northwest corner gets brushes, but we usually, unless the hurricanes come up the Gulf and hit Louisiana and Texas and stuff and cut over, then my corner gets hit with hurricanes. But by then they've been on land for a couple of days and they're usually not as strong.
Are you on the west or east side of South? Is it South Carolina or North Carolina?
South Carolina. I'm on the west side of South Carolina.
So you're over towards the mountains, or what mountains are left?
And Debbie is on the east side.
Oh, you're in South Carolina too, Debbie?
Myrtle Beach.
Oh, that's right, Myrtle Beach.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Your house. I like your house. Your house is beautiful.
It is. It is. I got like this whole tour the other day. She walking through it with her phone. I was like, yeah.
I know. That was cool. But now I have to say this. I laughed so hard because she says, well, I'm loading up stuff and taking it to the dump. Now I'm thinking, right? She's got a trailer or a truck, something like that. And she goes over with the camera and swings it around, and it's the trunk of her car. And I said, oh my gosh, how many trips is it going to take?
It takes a lot of trips when I have yard debris. It sucks so bad not having a truck.
I love crepe myrtles, though. Those are beautiful.
Oh my God, I hate them. And it's not because I have to trim them. I hate them because they're just messy. They're really messy. I hate Bradford pears too.
And that one I don't know.
Oh.
My neighbor had a fig tree in his front yard. When I lived over in Crackville, it was so funny seeing all the squirrels like eating all the fermented figs and then getting drunk and falling off of trees. Because they do, they eat the fermented figs and they get drunk, and then they try and like do like. I watched a squirrel do this like 4 times in a row. He was about 4 feet away from a tree and he tried to jump to get up onto the tree, and he missed the tree completely and went right past it.
That's funny.
That was so funny. Or they'll start scrambling up the tree and they'll like go to take a turn and poof, they're on the ground again. And they sit there and they look around like, how the hell did that happen? It's so funny. Yeah.
You know, one time I was up on a 6-foot ladder trimming the bushes, you know, like making the top flat, and I hit a bee's nest.
Oh,
And I forget I'm on a ladder when the bees started hitting me, and so I fell backwards, landed on the trailer, you know, little trailer behind the lawnmower, landed on that and just ripped my whole side open.
Ooh, ow. That's
Bees,
not
I don't like bees at all.
Yeah,
your
John
dog
was
fell off the ladder.
when we first moved into the house, the first house that we were in, our mobile home. John, we borrowed a lawnmower from my mom, and he's out there and he's mowing the lawn. And all of a sudden, I just see him run past the windows, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And he comes running in the house, slams the door, and he starts slapping at his legs. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Stay over there." And I'm like, "Okay, what are you doing?" And yeah, he from his knees down was covered in bees. He had hit a ground bees
Oh
that
God.
were in the ground.
Yep.
And I so I walked into my kid's bathroom and grabbed the bucket, like the cleaning bucket, filled it up with water from the tub, walked out and threw it on him. He's like, "Ah, what the hell?" And I'm like, "What? They don't like water."
That's why you can run and jump in the pond.
Yeah, I mean he had bees. There had to have been at least 3 dozen bees on him, and we did get them all. He didn't get stung, which is good because he found out later he was allergic. And
Ooh.
but when I came out of the bathroom, I could hear something, and I'm like, "What the hell?" I go into my daughter's room, and I go to the window, and it was right under her window. The lawnmower is out there still running. And I'm like, "You left the lawnmower running, right?" He goes, "Yep, and it's gonna run until it runs out of gas because I'm not going back out there." He
Well,
left it running right on
Jennifer
top.
said bees aren't bad, yellow jackets are. That's
Yeah.
what got me one time with the lawnmower. I pulled the lawnmower, I was push mowing, and went over top of their nest. And next thing I know, I'm getting stung, and I started just doing a dance and going crazy. My neighbor was driving by, calls my mom and says, "What's wrong with your son?" Because she couldn't see the bees. She just saw me doing the jig.
Yeah.
And mom come out there. She says, "What's wrong?" I said, "Look at me. I'm stung. I had 20-some stings on me because the lawnmower just sucked them out and kept throwing them out, like a, I don't know, a fan."
Yeah. Yeah, these were yellow jackets that he ran over, and he left the lawnmower running right over their nest, like right where the hole was. And he's like, "Let it shred them. I don't care. I'm not going back out there." Sure shit. That lawnmower ran for hours until it ran out of gas. Yeah. And then he waited another 24 hours before he went out there and got it. My mother was not happy at her lawnmower being left out in the yard. And he's like, "Nobody's going to steal it. They'll get stung to death if they try. It's the best security on the planet."
And Jennifer, they make the biggest whelps. Their stings do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just grow.
I mean, we need bees for the environment and all that, and I understand that, but they do not like me at all. At all. I mean, I get chased. Yeah. I've been chased by so many swarms of bees. It's not funny. I've had yellow jackets and wasps dive bomb me. It's like they're flying through the air and they're going by, and it's like, "Oh, look, there's that girl again," and they dive bomb me, and I'm like, "Ah!" Little kamikazes. Yeah, they don't like me at all.
Does anybody have those killer hornets, the huge yellow jackets or the huge yellow bees?
The Japanese killer
Murder hornets?
Murder hornets.
I have them here, and I called the natural wildlife thing and everything, and had one. They didn't come out and look or check or do anything about it. They never even called me back. You
Nice.
know, they get into my lilacs. That's what they love. They love boring the wood in the lilacs.
Mm.
So you don't mean murder hornets. You mean
No,
um,
that's the murder hornets.
carpenter.
They're huge. They're like the size of 2 keys on your keyboard.
Oh.
Yes. And they would come up to my sliding glass door and everything. And so one day, one of them come up and I whacked it with a fly swatter and put it in a jar and called them because you're supposed to report them.
Right.
Nothing. They didn't care. And that's here, in Maryland. They said that most of them were out in Washington State or something.
Well, according to Google, because we know I am the Google queen, murder hornets grow up to 2 inches, which is about the size of a human thumb.
Yep. They're scary as crap because you just think if I get stung by that, I'm dead.
Yeah. And yeah, honeybees can be very gentle if they're not mad.
Right.
But if their hives have been infiltrated by killer bees, then they're more cranky, and that does happen. So yeah, because my dad had a beehive, a honeybee hive, and when he came home with the hive initially, I was outside in the driveway roller skating. You ever seen a small fat girl run on roller skates? Because everybody in my neighborhood did that day.
Yes, Jennifer. I live in Maryland. I'm right on the Maryland PA line. I can see Pennsylvania from my deck on the back of the house. So I'm right on the PA line in Maryland.
My dad drove those bees all the way to the house with them in the trunk of his car. Like the whole hive was tied to the trunk of his car, and the trunk door was open. So I'm sure they were thrilled. There was a little block of wood barricading them into the hive. But when he went to take the hive out, he was going to use a wheelbarrow to transport it to the backyard. He tilted it, and that little block of wood came out. Now he's in the spacesuit beekeeper outfit, and I'm in shorts and a halter top and roller skates. Okay. And all I heard was that little piece of wood hit the ground, and my dad went, "Get in the house now!" And I ran. I didn't question. I didn't look. Nothing. I ran, and I got in the porch and closed that door, and I heard ting 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 off the door. That whole hive fucking chased me because they came out of there mad as fuck after that trip in the car. And yeah, I had to stay inside the house for the rest of the day. They didn't calm down until like sometime in the afternoon on the next day.
I didn't know that, Jennifer. I helped build the mall over there, and also the Dover Downs. I used to go there to the track. Yes, I know where Elkton is. Elkton's right up the road from me. Unbelievable. I thought you were out west somewhere.
Well, yeah. And I got chased by a swarm of bees when I was at camp, again on roller skates. I don't know if it was me or the roller skates that they didn't like, but I ran uphill on roller skates on grass. That was fun. Some of those bees got me though. I had bees in my damn bra. I was not a happy person.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. I ran straight up because I had been on the tennis courts. We had tennis courts below like where our cabin was at camp because it was an away camp, and so I wasn't playing tennis. What I was doing, I had the roller skates on. I was going and grabbing the balls for people when they went out of their area, so they wouldn't have to go get them because I'm helpful like that. I keep telling people I'm a fucking delight. Nobody believes me. And so I roll over to the side of the fence, to the chain link to grab the ball, and I leaned on the chain link, and I saw all these things falling, and my brain didn't register it, except I thought they were Japanese beetles because we had a big infestation of Japanese beetles. And all of a sudden, someone was like, "Oh my God, look at the bees!" And I look and I'm like, "Oh fuck!" And I just took off because they were all over me. I took off, ran up the hill, went directly. I mean, I rolled right through the cabin into the shower. I was in the shower with my roller skates on, pulling clothes off. I had the damn things were in my skates. They were in my bra. They were everywhere. I was like, "Oh my God!" I only got stung like 4 times though, which was pretty good considering how many chased me and how many I had on me. But yeah, scary. Scary. Yeah, Jennifer scared all those hornets away. Gee, they won't go anywhere near her. She's like, "Arr." She's like, "Stop it or I won't share your link," and they run away. But they do, I mean, we do need to take care of our honeybees because if we don't have the honeybees, there's no pollination and then we all die. So they're kind of a big part of our survival. And it's bright outside. So what's everybody else doing today? I'm planning on blowing up a webcam. I know I have some explosives somewhere in this house.
Too soon. Don't do it. Give it a chance. It might correct itself. You never know.
I hope it does because, I mean, it's a plug and play. So, I mean, you just plug it in and it's supposed to work. And I don't know why it would cancel out everything. But I can't be restarting my laptop every time it does that, because it's going to come a point where my laptop's not going to restart at all. And then I'm really screwed. Although, I suppose if my power gets shut off, I won't have the laptop anyway. Won't have that with a phone.
What is Wawa?
I'm assuming it's like a gas station or something.
Yeah, it's almost like a 7-Eleven, convenience store, gas station, food.
Circle
The
K.
whole work, the new world.
Probably like a little general.
Here we have Wawa, and right across the street's Rural Farms. Rural Farms, Wawa. Rural Farms, wherever they build one, they build the other.
That's right. When I first moved here, nobody knew what a convenience store was because they don't call them that here. They're like, "Oh, you mean the gas station?" Okay. Because like I asked the neighbors, my mom's neighbors, after I finally was able to wake up after traveling all the way from Massachusetts with no sleep, and I was like, "Where's the nearest convenience store?" And they're like, "What's that?" Store that's convenient. Yeah. They're like, "Well, there's a little general up the street. You can find stuff up there." I'm like, okay. Yeah, in New York, it's a corner store. Even if it's not on a corner. Yeah, corner store. Oh, Lizzie, I hope you feel better.
All right, Jennifer, when you coming to visit? I got a lot of work to do.
It's the same thing as like different places in the country call like soda, like Pepsi or Coke or whatever. They all call it a different thing. Here in my area of South Carolina, everything is a Coke. Doesn't matter what you're getting, it's a Coke. I'm like,
Well, that's like those sodas Vernors. It's like a Michigan thing,
yeah.
and you can't hardly, you can't find them nowhere else, just up
They
there.
have it here. They have Vernors ginger ale here. John
In
used to
South
get it all.
Carolina.
Yep, John loves
What did you say?
Vernors.
Vernors?
Mm-hmm.
Vernors. Yeah,
Never
it's a
heard of it.
soda.
Yep.
Everybody rants and raves. Great for hangovers. Wonderful cream soda. I mean, they all have all the different flavors.
Yep.
Um,
John used to get Vernors all the time. He grew up in California, and he had family in Cincinnati, and his dad loved Vernors, so of course John used to drink it all the time too. And yep. So and they actually have it here in South Carolina.
if you Google it, Debbie, you'll see it, all the different flavors and all. But everybody that's ever had it just rants and raves about it.
But like my dad used to say pop. He
Yeah.
if he wanted something carbonated, it was pop. And he was Canadian. And I have always just said soda, and then my mother would actually say soda pop. I guess she was trying to be neutral and cover both worlds. I don't know.
Greg, I thought Wawa was just somebody being lazy about saying Walmart.
No, it's a thing.
It's a
Wawa.
real thing now. I understand.
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah.
Wawa here either. I'm gonna plug my vape in.
And rural farms, their thing is chicken. They make chicken and wedges, and everybody goes there for the chicken and wedges.
Hey, TG.
Is that toilet?
Oh,
What took her so long to get here?
I don't know. Maybe she was fighting the wind.
she went somewhere.
She might have got blown away because she lost 10 pounds last week.
She was recovering from being timed out before my live even started.
Scarlet is here.
Toilet water.
Putting up your megaphone, Debbie. You love that megaphone, don't you?
I love it.
Yeah, we have there were 2 gas stations up at the top of the main road, like where the main intersection is, not too far from my house. And both of them serve potato wedges. Both of them have potato wedges and chicken and stuff like that. But their potato wedges are okay, although they're kind of salty, so I have to be careful eating them. But
Look at it. Scarlett got a new tap installed.
yes, Danny Mae, that is the real dibble.
Dibbly doo. Love you too. Hey, Danny Mae.
Everybody's
Hey,
so
guys.
shocked to see you up here, Debbie.
I'm
Oh,
shy.
Patrick's here.
Yep,
Yay.
Patrick Murphy sent Patrick Murphy to say hello and light up the thumbs up.
Exactly.
Good morning, Patrick Murphy.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Look, let's see how long it takes anybody to say hi to me.
Just don't leave YouTube if not everybody says hello to you, Papa.
Well, see, I look at, when people come in and start saying hi, I look at it like a totem pole. You don't want to be on the bottom, I'm joking.
Toilet water. You know you can't trick me. If you
Wanker
wanted-
Center. Oh, good. How has Wanker been doing?
Yeah, if you want me to say wanker, just say wanker. You don't have to try and trick me with fun words. You should know better, toilet water. Brad.
Scarlett, get up here.
Command performance. Yeah, get your little Welsh ass up here.
I need you up here, Scarlett. Come on.
Has Scarlett ever been up here on panel?
No.
No.
Huh. Chicken.
Danny Mae said, "Shut up, Ron."
Okay.
I agree, TG. I agree.
Let's hear some Welsh accent.
Patrick. Yeah, I'm not doing Welsh. I wouldn't know the difference between Welsh and English anyway. Like my ears wouldn't pick up the difference.
Tom Jones is from Wales.
Who?
Tom Jones, the singer.
Oh. Yeah, I don't listen to his music.
But you've heard him talk.
No, not really.
Hey, Debbie, you know what's funny about that?
What?
I get all these scam calls, right, every day. And I told them, I said, you got the wrong number. And they said, what is your name? I said, Thomas. Thomas what? Thomas Jones. And you can call me Tom Jones. That's fine. And that's what I tell them every time they call. I'm Tom
Ooh,
Jones.
your alter ego, huh?
Yes. Having that curly hair and, you know, that sexy voice. My mom had the biggest crush on him and listened to all his music when I was a kid.
Be right back. What? Where are you going?
You gotta scamper out of the way so she doesn't get yelled at.
No,
When
she's
you
going to
get
come
back.
back.
Scaredy cat.
She's going to spray her throat so she'll be able to speak good. And then she's coming up on the panel.
I am so not making a comment to that. Nope. Nope, I am not. Way too easy. Nobody asked your opinion, little dog. She can hear that damn chihuahua. She's like, poof. Mm.
I know, I'm
Oh,
singing
man.
that Delilah song right now in my head. La, la, la.
Delilah.
Tommy Lee Jones is awesome.
Yep. She's putting clothes on. She's still
Oh,
on the
she's going to
toilet.
be on camera. All right. We're going to scare her
No,
off.
no, she won't. No, she won't.
I was gonna say, why are you lying? I'm never gentle, and they all like it. Hell, I was super quiet for that show when everybody was wondering if I was okay.
Who's
Sure.
Tommy Lee Jones, Danny? May?
You don't know who Tommy Lee Jones is?
Did you see Pulp Fiction? No, what? Not Pulp Fiction. What was it?
The Fugitive, Batman.
Natural Born Killers. Natural Born Killers. Remember him in that?
He was the Joker in Batman. He was in The Fugitive.
Oh, was he in? He was in the train one too, wasn't he? The runaway train.
You'd have to be more specific.
I'm actually just
Men in Black. Yes, Jennifer.
Yeah, he was in Men in Black.
There we go. I'm just testing everybody's trivia.
Uh-huh.
You're right. Hey, Mr. Jim.
Hey,
Well,
Papa. Papa.
That's what this. What?
Ploo.
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 Hey, Mr. Jim. Yeah, Ploo.
His name was Ploo.
Yep.
Picking on me, I swear.
Yep. Oh, you met him? Danny Mae said she met him when they were filming The Hunted. That's cool. Very cool. He's
No,
been
that's what-
he's got a pretty
Actually,
long career.
I was trying to be funny because you ask kids about certain things today. Who's that? What's
Yeah.
that?
Well, see, the problem is we do have people that haven't watched movies. Like, if you ask Wendy, she hasn't seen anything. I gave her homework and she didn't do it. So she had never seen The Crow, though, and I made her watch that, and she loved it. So She should just watch the movies that I tell her to.
I think Jennifer's talking about the one where it was Clint Eastwood and Tommy Lee Jones and the other one where he got on the rockets and to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
He knew he was going to die from cancer or whatever, and he straight to the moon. Space Cowboys, that's it.
I thought it was called Old Farts.
You picking on me again?
Hey, Mike. Yeah, he's got a really long career. We could be here for 2 days going through all the movies he's been in. Yeah, Scarlett, I hope all your geese and ducks and swans and stuff are okay over there.
I want to see more of those little ducks.
Now, those geese that were at your house, Debbie, did they come yearly?
They're here every day. They just live across the street.
Is there like a pond or something over there?
It's like a marshy area.
Okay. Because that's what happened here. This used to be all farmland, and the geese would come, and the fields would fill up. Now there's houses, and they say, we'll just walk around the house. They still
Right.
come.
I mean, they don't ever leave.
All year
They're here
round?
all year. Yeah.
Oh, wow. See,
I
up
see 'em
here,
every
they're
single day.
seasonal. They come and go up here.
They are literally snowbirds. Because those are Canadian geese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Goose Dad, if you've ever seen any of my videos about Goose Dad, he has a cataract now. I don't know what to do about it.
Oh.
And it's like hormone time right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he usually is the dad of 5 to 9 babies every year. And this year, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it because the other male gooses are being real aggressive and he's kind of cowering down, which he's never done. I'm a little bit worried about him.
Yeah. I like that one, I guess the scout or when they're all eating, that one sticks his neck up far in the air and just he's like the guard. He's watching, guard watching.
Hey, April. I'm trying to get my glove off, and it's a very tight fit. It doesn't want to come off.
Good morning, April.
Morning, April.
I had to make sure it was still morning before I said that.
It don't matter anymore. Happy Friday, and it's Monday. The days and hours seem to run into each other.
So, April, how are you liking Pennsylvania? Isn't that where you moved to?
It's Canada geese, not Canadian. Actually, it's both. They're interchangeable. You can call them either or. But when I'm speaking in plural, I always say Canadian. If it's just one goose, then yeah, it's Canada goose. I don't know. I'm weird, but the Canada and the Canadian are interchangeable on it. Yeah, a lot of goose poop. They do poop a lot. Gooses. Well, on Google, it says it's interchangeable. So.
No! Get it right!
You can have Canadian candy. And that's not people.
Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Yeah.
Yep. But in a general term, that would be called Canadian soda. Anything that's from Canada is considered Canadian.
Oh my God, quit nitpicking. Jesus.
I wasn't the one that started nitpicking.
Mhm.
No, TG. And you know what? One more time. Go ahead. Try me. You got timed out before my show even started. Damn, this thing's loud.
Get him, Bobby.
Right? I mean, my dad was Canadian, and he called them Canadian geese. So, I'll go with what the Canadian guy said.
Lizzie, I had to go get one for my daughter. Her stomach was upset the other day. And that's the only one she'll drink is Canada Dry Ginger Ale.
Yeah, it's the only one I really like, too. Huh, Rhonda being an instigator.
Yeah, I'm calling it whatever I want to. I don't care what y'all say.
Rhonda, why are you trying to get that poor girl timed out?
I ain't a people pleaser.
Deal with
it.
Yes.
I did look it up.
Big ass birds. Oh.
I did look it up.
And it's gooses. It ain't geese.
It says the Canada goose. No, I mean, this is what the entry says. It says the Canada goose or Canadian goose is a large wild goose with black head, blah, 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 blah. So it says both of them. So you can say either one.
It is, Jennifer. All those knockoffs out there. Sweps and,
Well, argue with Google. I don't know what to tell you, but I'd tell you to argue with my dad, but you'd have to get a Ouija board to do that. Yeah, Lizzie, they're just having fun with saying gooses.
It's all goose. Don't worry about it.
It's not going to be on the test. So I think I'm good.
I don't know. Might be. I might be giving a quiz later. You never know.
It's Canadian people. It's Canada people, Canadian people.
Scarlet.
You guys are nuts.
Well, Scarlet, get your goosey butt up here.
Jennifer.
Get your goosey butt up here.
Yeah. Duck, duck, goose. I remember that game in elementary school.
Yep. With gin?
Musical chairs.
We're not trying, Lizzie, we're not trying to get drunk over here. He was talking about something for an upset stomach.
Yeah, Schweppes tonic water, but Schweppes ginger ale is not as good as Canadian or Canada Dry. There's a science to all this stuff. You got to go to McDonald's to get your fries. You got to go to Burger King to get your burger.
Crickets?
Yeah.
Rutabaga.
I'm just reading. Nope. it's actually causing me physical pain not to keep going with this, but I'm not going to.
So what can we complain about? There's got to be something else.
Weather, life,
No.
the world.
No.
That
There's
fucking
so
camera.
many things, Debbie. Debbie, there's too many things to complain about.
And Jennifer, I say it's who the hell cares where the fucking geese are from? Goose.
Okay. Schweppes is some good stuff. Man, I love ginger ale. Anybody?
Sorry, I'm trying to get the crap out of my eyes.
Throw something in there.
All right, let's start the giveaways.
Only if
Kodi,
you're the
get the
one giving
wheel.
shit away.
Put everybody's name on a wheel.
Yeah. Pick a number. Now, I will say that's funny because some people use a computer, spin the wheel. Other people use the phone, pick a number, random. And then there's people that, write a number on a piece of paper and lay it down.
Hi, Danny Mae. Yeah.
And the thing is, I always play the same number. So I'm thinking, well, if he's writing a number down or she and putting, well, they know what my number is every time, so they may not put it down.
Hi, Barbara. Bobby. Bobby said, I'm here to save the day. Rutabaga. I still can't believe Larry doesn't know what a rutabaga is. I told him once already. I wasn't going to tell him again.
Even if you told him, you're going to have to tell him again.
I know.
We had a rutabaga packing plant. Oh my gosh, the smell. Ugh.
Yummy.
Good.
I've actually never had rutabaga that I know of.
Wait, what?
I just
Danny,
like the word.
Where's Danny going?
Danny Mae's
Danny,
going to get propane.
Gotta go get propane.
Oh, you did that a couple of days ago. How much propane do you guys go through?
Well, it's probably just a little tank, and then it's been cold.
Yeah, true.
No, it hasn't been. Other night it was 60 degrees.
Wasn't Sharon selling farts in a jar? Why can't they just open those up and use them?
Ew.
For fuel?
Gas, propane.
I don't think that works the same.
My late sister's husband, he was a real character. And one time he told me that the everlasting flame, the flame that burns at JFK's memorial site?
Yeah.
He told me that that was fueled from the farts of Americans. He really went off on a thing, and he believed it.
Jennifer, he didn't the first couple of times he tried it. Yeah.
Oh my God, he so let loose on the Sharon Karen show. Oh man, no.
Patrick. Wait. Did I hear farts in a jar? I mean, that there was a girl selling those on YouTube.
Yeah, we
and
know.
Online. I mean, that was so. I don't know.
It's a vegetable, Jennifer. It's a root vegetable, like a turnip.
It's white. Yeah, they're white.
A lot of times they get put in with mashed potatoes and things like that. Yeah.
Rutabaga pie. I remember that when I was young.
I just like the word. So
Rutabaga.
Patrick.
I bet you Patrick's jar is brown. I bet you.
Ew. That's
Mm.
gross. Okay, sarcastic isn't here. We don't need shit jokes, all right?
Doo-doo brown. JFK Memorial, Everlasting Flame, fueled by America's farts. That's right.
Wow.
Now see, Jennifer, jar of what? See, she don't know about the parts in the jar.
Y'all are nuts.
Acorns.
Yes, that girl.
She made 200,000. Oh my God!
I thought she made 500,000.
Hi, Jesse. Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow people who sell their farts in a jar.
Anything over $100 for farts in a jar is amazing.
Okay, I looked that up. It wasn't too long ago. And I was wondering if anybody leaves feedback for that.
All right. For those that don't know what a rutabaga looks like, that's what a rutabaga looks like. It's purple and like off-white.
Yep. Purple top, white bottom.
Yep.
That
is what that is a rutabaga.
Cool. That's the part that sticks out of the ground and the sun tans it.
Yep. And you can have them mashed, or they chop them up and roast them with herbs and things. You can do a lot with rutabaga. Jesse,
I could send $1, but I don't want that jar.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Now, see, that one I didn't ever hear of, but selling the bath water. Oh my gosh.
Well, turnips are a different thing. They're similar, but not the same.
Jennifer, do you have purple fingernail polish on right now? Let's see if I have my psychic abilities work.
$5? What are the reviews on those?
Lilac. Okay. Close. What are the reviews on what, Debbie?
The Patrick Murphy gag gift. It will make you gag. Is $5 a really low bid? Are they worth way more than that?
I haven't seen any of them.
Again, I'm not looking at chat, so
What are you doing?
I'm looking for a picture.
He's still trying to prove the goose.
Of a turnip?
No, it has nothing to do with geese.
Rutabaga? Turnip?
Yeah.
Oh, my dad used to grow radishes, and I remember the first one I bit into, and I'm
There you
thinking,
go.
how in the world is this hot? You know, because you
The,
wouldn't think a radish would be hot.
The rutabagas are on the left and the turnips are on the right. So there is a difference. And they cook up a little different. They taste different. But you can still pretty much do the same things with them. You know what I mean? Like use them in this, interchange them in recipes. You're just going to change the taste of it a little bit.
I stay away from both of them, Bobby, so I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
Well, I don't think that I'm going to run across them unless I buy them and then decide to cook them.
Well, they say a lot of the beef stews and all that those aren't potatoes in there, that they're either rutabagas or turnips, but they look like potato.
Mm.
Well, it says, though the turnip roots, which would be the turnip, have a sweet, peppery flavor, they can sometimes taste bitter. You can avoid the bitterness from turnip roots through proper selection and appropriate cooking techniques. Let's see. Then it says, how do you sweeten a bitter turnip? Small amount of sugar. Wow, there's a shocker. When working with garden-grown turnips that mature in cool soil, taste before adding sugar, or finely chop an apple to the hot drained vegetable along with a pinch of cinnamon. That actually sounds tasty. So there are different ways you can flavor them and make them so they're not bitter. And Jennifer, I'm never eating them, so it doesn't matter to me. Alrighty
I
then.
made some stuffed mushrooms yesterday, and they were so good.
You're welcome, Lizzie.
An artichoke dip and put in there, and then heated it up.
My mom. I asked my mom to pick me up some mushrooms so I can make my cheeseburgers, and she called me from the store, and she's like, "They don't have the white ones. They have these ones," and they were the name of them just popped right out of my head. Damn. But they're the darker brown ones, the ones that you can actually use in place of meat.
Portobello.
Portobello. That was it. Thank you. And
welcome back.
She was like, porta. I was like, yeah, I like those. Get those. And she was like, okay. Because she couldn't pronounce it. Yeah, I've never cooked with turnip or rutabaga. I've never cooked with either one of them.
Yes, Jennifer. If he doesn't fart, he will die. That air has to come out
somewhere.
Yeah.
That was not me.
No, that was Max.
Was you barking?
Panting.
No, that's Max. He got his toy and he's outside just having a blast.
Yeah, Bobby. They have different. I mean, there are different types of turnips. There are some that look like carrots and just different colors, and just Like there's different varieties of apples. There are different varieties of a lot of vegetables. Like they have purple carrots
Cool.
and purple potatoes.
Scarlett, stop blowing your skirt up.
All right, Jesse, tell him I said hi.
Did that repairman leave already, Scarlett? Uh-oh. What? With what? Somebody say what that is.
Say
what is what?
What Lizzie said.
Oh, I remember my late Irish mom making Irish stew with scraggan, turnips, carrots, potatoes, and pearl barley when we were kids. Scraggans would just be like the leftovers when you chop.
Okay. Rough cut with everything.
Like the scraps. Yeah.
Skin and all.
Yeah.
A little bit of tops.
Look, Scarlett's happy about the repairman. He's only got one banana though.
TG, are you being naughty? Oh, you're not, Mr. Jim? I didn't know that. Everything okay? You're just taking a break.
He was on for a good while last night, I believe.
I keep trying to sleep when I can to try and get my eyes to relax because I think it's
Good morning, Carolina.
Hey, Caroline. A lot of the problems I'm having with my eyes, it's kind of a combination of eye strain and my allergies, but I think most of it is eye strain. I know, right, Rhonda? I'm crying too. What am I going to do without my Mr. Jim fix? You're one of my favorite addictions, Mr. Jim. All the pretty stones.
You could go to any of the other 100 auctions.
It's not the same.
Nope. I got people watching Mr. Jim from over in Norway and stuff because of the stones and everything.
Okay, going on Sunday at 12, doing an
That's a
all-star
good
show.
time.
All right, I suppose I can wait a day, Mr. Jim. Shut up, TG. That shit'll get you timed out too. You shouldn't be anywhere around on YouTube today.
That's right. Today is the day.
Yep, supposedly.
Let's all keep Jeffrey in our prayers. He's really had it rough.
Sorry.
Had to entertain all those relatives coming in. It's probably been very stressful.
And in his mama's basement.
Well, he won't be back until May, right?
Yeah.
I can see Scarlett now. The repairman's there. She comes out with a halo on. I'm an angel.
Yeah, I didn't see him. I didn't see him either, Bonnie. But I wasn't in too many things yesterday.
Yeah. Thanks, Jennifer.
Yeah, I won't be mad at all either.
Jeffrey. Hoffrey, Heffrey.
Ho for lump.
Heffaloo.
Hepalumpolis. Hepalosaurus. There we go.
Javarini.
Jabberine.
Jeffy.
Jefferoo. That's Bonnie's name, Jefferoo. He likes to call him that. And he didn't care either.
Right,
What's up
Mr.
with
Jim? Mr. Jim's all like, right, you know it will happen. That's right. Gemstones. Just to break up the monotony of the sterling, you know, I mean, just that is one cake I'm not eating. Mm-mm.
Mm. Ow.
I love JJ's story yesterday because a guy come up to one of the state things and it was a whole big bowl of costume jewelry. And the guy says, how much you want for that? And JJ said, 150. And the guy, like, what? You crazy? And JJ pulled it up and set it back down and told the guy, I'm going to take it off the auction. And it had silver in there and some really expensive pieces. And the guy was just trying to, get it before. And I was laughing my butt off. And the guy says, well, wait a minute. No, too late. You lost out.
My eyes are driving me crazy.
Quit sticking your finger in them.
Well, if I don't get all the crap out of them, then I won't be able to see it all anyway, so I kind of have to.
I had to turn my humidifiers on. I couldn't take it anymore. The dry air was just tearing my eyes and everything up.
Jeffrey. Ow, cat, that was skin. Bitch. Whole bed she can jump up on. She got to land on my leg.
Oh.
With her nails out. Cat, seriously, why? What? Go away. Shoot. Thank you. Oh my god. A whole room to walk around in. Let's go bug mom.
That's one thing that I appreciate my phone doing, because sometimes people spell their names different. After me typing it a few times, it'll remember it.
Yeah, I gotta find out where on my phone to shut my autocorrect off because it's 9 times out of 10 incorrect, and I don't like that.
Your keyboard setting.
Oh, wow. I did that and it didn't kick me out. Good.
Bonnie, I don't really have any plans. I listed some stuff earlier. I'll probably go back to listing.
I like to sit down and watch a movie, but I hate watching a movie by myself. It's a bummer. You watch the movie and you want to, talk about the movie. What do you think? Who do you think did it? Oh, could you believe that? And get a little bit of camaraderie going on.
I don't have anybody to talk to, so everything I watch by myself. I mean, the cats don't really care. The dog could give a damn, so.
What?
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 Bobby?
Oh my gosh.
Well, you go, girl.
Okay, let's hear all about him.
Spill it.
Yep. Debbie want to know. Inquiring minds.
Hey, Kristen. Yeah, I don't think he's Jennifer. I don't think he said that since he gave that ultimatum and everybody came like hit at him because of it. With the whole, if I don't get 60 subs, I'm leaving. Blah blah blah, and then saying nobody loves him. So I haven't seen him say leaving since then.
Bobby.
Funny, Bobby.
I don't really need any subscribers.
Apparently,
I mean,
Bobby
I don't care. It's not like a big thing I'm trying to work for. That's all I mean.
Yeah. Apparently, Bobby knows how to set her washer and dryer correctly. Just a little bit off balance, and you're good to go.
Yeah, when it's running smooth, she moves things around a little bit to make it shake.
We were, Bobby. We were all like, yeah, go, Bobby.
Don't quit YouTube. Right, Bobby. I wanted to know what time and what you're wearing and everything. So now I know.
Well, if it's laundry day, apparently she's not going to be wearing much until she's done with laundry.
Bobby, is it a front top loader or a front loader?
What is up with washer machines? I think I'm going to start complaining. I have the worst anxiety over my stupid washing machine. The new ones suck. I wanted my old one back that filled up with water and you could have the lid open for a long time while it sat there. Now, if I put stuff in there and I want the lid open and it's got water in it, it'll drain after a few minutes. What's that all about?
I don't know. The washer
Probably
we have.
some kind of safety device or something they put in
It's
them.
a sensor that drains it so that you don't have stuff left for like months in standing water or something like that.
Right.
My washer. Yours a top loader, Debbie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The washer we have, the lid locks. My mom was so upset because she forgot to put something in the washer and she went to put it in there. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, you can't open it. She goes, yes, I'm just going to open it and put this in there. I'm like, okay. Because, you can't argue with my mom. And she's like, how come it won't open? I'm like, because it locks once it starts. She's like,
yeah, that's the problem with the front end loaders.
She's like, well, that's dumb.
And you got to pause it before the water gets in there, and if you want to add something.
Now there is a pause button on it, but it had already started, and the washer is weird because it will start, and you'll hear the water going in, and all of a sudden it stops.
Yeah, it senses the load.
And then it pauses for a little bit, and then it starts again, and it freaked her out because she's like, how come it's not working right? I'm like, just leave it alone. She's like, I don't like these new washers.
I hate the new ones.
Yeah,
everything about it doesn't make sense. It just, why did they change it?
That, and it's a very deep washer. She was having a hard time getting stuff off the bottom of the washer. She goes, this thing is too deep. I'm like, well, I said, Issa got one of those on purpose so that John would have to get everything out of the washer to put it in the dryer. Because Issa is shorter than I am. Issa's like 5'3", I think, or 5'2". And so in order for her to get the things out of the washer, she literally had to jump up like onto the washer. So her feet were like 6 inches off the ground so that she could reach into the washer to get stuff out of it. So she did it on purpose so John would have to do the laundry after she put it in. And that kind of screwed it for the 2 years he was in the wheelchair because he couldn't do it. So we used to just sit there and watch her while she was getting the laundry out of the washer because her little feet be just dangling off to get in the air to try to get stuff out of the wash machine. I'm like, I guess that's your second guess of getting that washer, huh?
I remember when I was a kid, I was doing the laundry, and it was in the basement. So I come up and I go back. The washer is out in the middle of the floor and unplugged. And I'm thinking, what? what did this? Not realizing it got off balance and it walked itself out from the wall until it unplugged itself. But the old ones were nice. And then see, I talked to somebody. Did you ever have one, Debbie, where you had the delicate basket that would go on the spindle in the middle for sweaters and, delicate, undies and stuff?
No.
You see that the one my mom had that little
I've
delicate
seen them, but I
basket.
never owned one.
Yeah.
The washer I have has settings for everything.
Oh yeah, the newer one, you just set it and forget it.
The older one, actually, I had one that was from like the 70s that was refurbed, and oh my god, that washer and dryer set was so awesome, and it had a setting for delicates. Never used it, but it had one.
And I remember the clicky sound the knob would make when you turned it. What was that?
The basket that sits at the top. I think that's what you were talking about, not just the setting.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the clicky knob had a delicate, but you used that when you had that basket in there, and it didn't get whipped up by the paddles down in the bottom. It just went back and forth, like I guess gentle, and then it had the thing on top where you put the softener, and when it spun the softener out of it, and emptied it. It's pretty cool how the old washing machines work. When I was young, I had the one with the rollers on it. You rolled it out into the floor, filled it, put the clothes in it, and then you had to run through the squeezer thingy.
My mom had one of those.
And you get your finger caught in one of those, you're a lot more careful.
Yeah. Well, my dad used to work on cars all the time, so she refused to put his greasy, gross clothes in the washing machine. She didn't want it to ruin her washer. So she would hand scrub any clothes that he wore.
Oh,
she would use the hand thing, and I'm like, nope. My man can go buy new clothes. If that was me, I'd throw them away. Or they'd go in the washing machine, because that's what it's for. Yeah.
True, Lizzie. The dryer my mom had was a Maytag, and it was from the late 60s or somewhere in the 60s. And that thing, only thing I ever had to do to it was I had to put a belt on it one time and clean the lint that got on the shaft and slowed the drum down. I cleaned that and put some white lift grease on it, and I mean, it worked like brand new.
Yeah, my mom had, I think hers was Maytag when I was a kid, and they got it when they moved into the house, which was when I was a year old, and I was in my 30s by the time that thing died. Because my dad would, every time something went wrong with either the washer or the dryer, he'd just have it repaired or he'd fix it himself. My mom would be all like, well, we need to replace the washer and dryer. And he was like, why? I can fix it. So
yeah, and a lot of people don't realize when you take a back off an old washer, there's a brick sitting in there.
Yeah.
A big cinder block.
Yeah. When we were in the house that was when we lived in the woods there, the trailer, the washer stopped washing correctly, and it wouldn't spin and everything, and the whole thing was full of water, and I was not happy. We got the clothes out of it, and had to rewash them in a bucket with water and by hand. It was not fun. And John pulled the washer out and took the back off it, and it was a belt or something that had busted. So he ended up fixing it, and we were able to use the washer again. That thing lasted another 6-7 years.
I did, Lizzie. I mean, cars, appliances, you name it. If it broke, my dad fixed it. He taught me how, and then ended up fixing everything until it couldn't be fixed no more.
Yeah, the washer and dryer set that I got when I moved into that house with my son was one of the old mustard yellow color ones from way back in the day. And they company here they used to do refurbs of refrigerators, washers, dryers, things like that. And they don't do it anymore, which sucks because I got the set for like $300. And oh my God, the difference between that and the new machines that I was dealing with here was amazing. I mean, the wash time was about the same, but the dryer time here we'd have to empty the lint trap like halfway through and then give it more time and blah blah blah. That that dryer from the 70s or whatever it was would dry whatever we put in there would dry it in 20 minutes. Bam, it was dry. Yeah, I was like, holy crap, it was great. And I ended up letting my son bought that from me so that him and his roommates, which is who he's living with again now, but they had it. And I guess they left it behind. I don't know what they did with it because when my son was living here with me, Hector was coming over here and do laundry if they couldn't go to the.
Hey, Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
If they couldn't get to the laundromat, Hector was coming over here and doing laundry. So I don't know what they did with the washer and dryer, but that's where it had gone. Well, it's like hell is the name of that charity that we have here, and it'll be in my head until I go to say it, and then it's gone. But there's a charity shop here that we have.
Habitat for Humanity.
No, we have that, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
Blue,
but they had they had a whole section. Huh?
Purple Heart. Purple Heart. Nope.
No. It's just in my town is and I can't remember it. But they had one whole section and it was a little shop that they had that they did refurbs, and that's where a lot of landlords would get their stoves and refrigerators and things like that. So they did good business, but they had some nice refrigerators in there too when I was looking at the washer and dryer, but there was already a fridge in the house, so I wasn't
That's what breaks my heart now. When I go to the dump to take trash, they got everything separate. All these refrigerators, washer and dryers, air conditioners, they're all sitting up there, and odds are probably 50% of them are fine and can be used, and they're getting just, scrapped.
Haven of Rest. That's the name of it. I looked it up.
What's it called?
Damn it, I want to know the name of it. It's called Haven of Rest.
Never heard
there used to be two of them in town, and then now there's just one. But they also used to have the refurbished store, and they shut down the refurb store. So,
do you reckon the owners are just super lazy and like to rest a lot?
I have no idea. But they have like a church type of thing that they do like Thanksgiving dinners and Christmas dinners, and they have counseling for people that have addiction problems and things like that. And you can pick up people that are low income. They said that you could go and pick up the food to be able to cook at home to make like Thanksgiving dinner. And we went in there and they had a list of requirements that you had to meet before you would be able to be given any food. And I'm just like, what? Including having to go to their services and being Christian and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, well, since I'm wearing a pentacle, I don't think they're going to believe me if I lie and tell them I'm Christian. I'm like, and I don't do that anyway. I don't lie about my religion. So, but yeah, they were.
Not even for food?
Huh?
Not even for food if you were really hungry?
No, I'll steal it before I'll lie.
Jennifer, I have an old ash dryer. It does dry fast and gets super hot. I wonder what she uses for her clothes.
Yeah, Barbara, that's what I would have done with those clothes. I would have took them every week down to the laundromat and had somebody.
We didn't have a laundromat in my town. There was no laundromat in the town that I grew up in. There probably is now, but there wasn't then. And my mother won't go to a laundromat now. She definitely would not have gone to one then.
We
She's
had to
very
go 45 minutes to a laundromat.
she's very in her own bubble type of.
And that was for all the blankets and the big stuff, off the beds and everything.
Going to a laundromat for my mother would have been beneath her. That's how she looks at things. Me, I have no problem going to a laundromat and throwing clothes in a washer. You know what I mean? But that's just how my mom is.
Yeah, right, Scarlett. Yep. Sure, Scarlett. Me too. I'm not a liar.
I had a timeout little Pinocchio Welsh girl there just for that. Little fibs in my chat. Shame on you. But no, I don't lie about what I am. I shouldn't have to. They shouldn't. I mean, it shouldn't be a requirement to feed your kids that you have to be a certain religion.
Like I said earlier, quit doing giveaways.
I do not like Dyson, Lizzie. Dyson, I cringe.
Why?
Just because of, I knew the background behind it, and all the way he sold them and built them, and all that. It was a lot of money for almost nothing for what they would actually do. And he's become a billionaire over it. Just my feelings, my thoughts.
Even Arrest does get a lot of good donations, like furniture donations and stuff like that in their store. I've gotten stuff from them before when I was able to like go and shop and stuff. Because we have Goodwill, we have Salvation Army, and we have Haven Arrest charity stores here.
I feel so relaxed. Say that again. Haven of Rest. Sounds like a really great place.
I know, right? And we have, Haven Arrest and Salvation Army both have facilities here in town where they actually do some charity work if you qualify, apparently. But and we have the Habitat for Humanity too. But and they've done work here, like building houses for people and stuff like that. But Goodwill, nothing. I have no idea anything about anything Goodwill actually does for anyone here. Like, I've never heard of anybody going to them and benefiting from any kind of program that Goodwill might be doing or anything.
Well, they don't hire felons that can't pass a background check. They have that program where they'll help you get back to work.
Yeah.
If you've been incarcerated, that's only if you can pass a background check. Both of my nephews, when they got out, tried to get employment there and get back in, to society. And both of them were turned down.
And how are you going to pass a background check if you've been in prison or jail?
Well, the level of their crime.
Oh.
Theirs was a little different.
Yeah. Well, I know that if you're on if you're on the sex offender list for whatever reason, it doesn't really matter what the reason is, that you cannot get hired at Sears.
Yeah, well, that's probably a good policy.
And their official tagline is that they're a family store and don't want any kind of instances and repercussions from hiring. But you can tell somebody to fuck off and you can get nailed and put on the registered sex offender list. because you said fuck off. You know, I mean, you can flash somebody and get put on the list. It's good to know where dangerous people are, but there are some that get put on that list that don't need to be on it. And that list will ruin your life.
Well, not being able to get a job when you come out of prison is a problem. It's a freaking problem.
Yeah, it's a cycling situation. I mean, if you can't get a job, you're
It
going to commit
affects
crimes.
everybody. The whole extended family has to then pick up the slack.
Yeah. You know, it's a repeating pattern. If they can't get a job when they get out, then they're going to end up turning back to crime, and then they get in trouble and they go back in. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I'm zipping my lip.
You're what?
I'm zipping my lip. I'll get all like crazy enraged talking about this stuff.
Yeah. I already did my crazy raging with my stupid camera. Hey, Wes. I haven't seen her. I don't know where she is.
Yeah, I keep thinking, where the hell is Kathy?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Bonnie.
She was lurking a lot yesterday.
Yeah, places here, they have requirements for food pantries. Oh, okay, she's fine. Glad to know she's fine. Oh, you know where she is. All right. Well, Wes, what have you done with Kathy?
Hello, Wes.
Call bullshit on what? You got to be specific, Rhonda. There's different things going on. Bullshit on Kathy being fine, or bullshit on there being no requirements?
That's what I'm thinking, Bonnie.
What's the matter, Wes?
I'm
You jealous?
behaving.
Yeah, I mean, we have food pantries here that, I mean, their only requirement is that you're low income, but then you add the personal aspect to it, and some people are treated differently than others.
That one was probably called right.
Wes, Debbie would never flirt. You know that.
I would, but I am behaving now.
What happens in chat stays in chat. Oh.
And everybody will know about it in 5 minutes. I'm still waiting to see what bullshit was being called on.
We'll never know now.
You can't say inflammatory things like that and not back it up, Rhonda.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel, Rhonda.
Yeah. No, you being a naughty girl is not bullshit. That's truth, TG.
I'm gonna get a cup of coffee. I'll be back.
Okay. I am a tired bear. That camera thing seriously stressed me out. I still have a headache from it. And it's not just the camera, too. It was like the camera and then the laptop on top of it. You know what I mean? I think she does this to us on purpose.
It's so unlike her to not have anything to say.
Hugo Boss clothing. I've never heard of them.
Yay, Wes.
Okay.
Break that dumbass shit up.
I haven't been following it.
I'm not a big fan of disruptors.
I'm gonna wait for Ron to come back, but I'm gonna be probably ending this in a few minutes. It's for you.
It's not. It never is.
I gotta try and get some sleep. I have been awake all night. I think I slept for like an hour. I am a tired bear. Sleepy bear. So if people have links they want to drop, go ahead and drop them. I know Rhonda started early. She dropped some for Big Barn already. You did,
Totally
Wes.
missed it.
You missed it completely.
Totally missed it.
Yep.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
You've been up all night watching Canada. Yeah, I hope you don't think I'm going to play that silly song. I'm not. Nope.
Yeah, I don't understand all that stuff. I don't get it.
Damn, Caesar seems to be a bit out of sorts right now. I'm used to the little chihuahuas, and all of a sudden you have Caesar, and he's like, boof, big old Roddy barks. And you know what? My dog's not even twitching. He's out there barking his ass off, and Simi's sleeping, right? But if that little chihuahua comes out and just barks once, she's going to be up and out that window like, let me at it. She has some serious prejudice against that. Just that one chihuahua. Doesn't care about any of the other chihuahuas, just that one. Wes. Oh, Wes. What are we going to do with you? Well, Wes, if you want to go see boobs, all you got to do is go either a biker convention, gathering, whatever, or a tattoo convention. You will see plenty of them.
Or you could live at the beach
Yep.
where everybody is in a bikini all the time.
And there you
I
go.
have a lot of friends that go down to the beach every day to just watch girls.
Did somebody say girls?
Canada has to end first. I was told. I don't think Canada is going to end. It's still going to be there. Try and make sense, Wes.
They're laying the dynamite to separate Canada from the U.S.
Yeah, they got mountains and water for that.
How far are you away from the beach, Debbie?
10 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
I used to go down every morning before sunrise. Take a lot of pictures and start looking for shark
Yes.
teeth.
So
I'm a
that
shark
was the
teeth.
one thing. I remember that beach. That beach was so beautiful there. I mean, it's been years since I've been there, but it was just beautiful.
I've got gallon jars of shark's teeth.
Ooh.
Nice.
3.
I've never been to the beach, Myrtle Beach. Being a redhead, I'm not a big beach person, so anytime I went to the beach, I fried to a crisp, so I avoid it. And Sharks and I have an agreement. I don't go in their living room, and they don't come in mine.
We have a lot of sharks. I
Yep.
mean, the teeth that are out on the sand is not from the sharks out in the water. The teeth in the sand are from millions of years ago.
Right.
But like the young sharks kind of play in the waves as they break. Right there where all the people are jumping up and down in the wave,
Mm-hmm.
that's right where the little ones are.
Yep.
Yeah, I bought a shell collection from somebody, and I didn't see it all on the auction that night. And when I got it and opened it, there was a little small shark's mouth. They were still attached and everything, just like the big one you saw in Jaws hanging on the wall. But it was
Mm-hmm.
a little teeny one. It was so cool. I also got a hermit crab, and the hermit crab was still in there, but he was freeze dried.
Ew.
Yes, Jennifer, I want to hear all about that baby. How long does she have to stay?
Who's she talking about, Debbie?
Jennifer's granddaughter in the
Oh,
hospital,
oh, that's horrible.
born at home and still in the hospital.
Night, night.
Going to bed early, Lizzie?
It's only 7. No, 6.
No, 1 or 2. Oh, you mean, yeah, 6 or 7.
Yeah, she's either 5 or 6 hours different. I think it's 5.
I don't know. There's been a lot of nights last week I wanted to go to bed at 7. No.
Scarlet, 6 p.m. LOL.
All right. I forgot I hit mute. I'm over here talking away, and I'm on mute. Yeah, I hope you feel better, Lizzie. Get some rest. That's never fun, Jennifer. I hope everything works out all right for you guys and the baby.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Bye, Bobby.
Yeah, I gotta go. I think I need to run to Walmart.
I would take car if I were you.
That was
Everybody
my
runs
mom.
Walmart.
I will take the car this time. Every time. I'll take it every time.
Okay.
And sometime in the future, somebody's going to say, "Oh, I remember when Debbie used to run the Walmart all the time."
But you know what? You know what, Papa Ron?
What?
People are never going to forget this one.
Nope.
Ploo,
Sure.
ploo.
It's
Yep. Hashtag ploo.
okay. I know what happened. I know in my heart what really happened. I do.
Yeah, your hand was in the wrong place is what happened. Because the
I
letters
told you
you
I wasn't using my hands.
well, whatever you were using, it was nowhere near the letters that you said you were trying to use. So nice try.
Oh, great. My nephew just pulled up too. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off.
All right. Thanks, Debbie.
Bye, Debbie. Take
Love
care.
you, Dibble. Oh, sure, Ron. And now you come back. You called bullshit and then took off. Be sure to sub to Big Barn. They're still trying to get to 1,000. Damn, you'd think they'd be there by now. Everybody sub to Big Barn. Yeah, and I'm gonna shut it down because I need to get some sleep. And
You too, Ron. Good day. Take care.
hopefully my eyes will clear up and everything. So thank you for coming up on the panel, Papa Ron.
No problem. Thank you for letting me get that off my chest.
Hey, no problem. That's what I'm here for, you know?
All right. Appreciate it.
And thank you to everybody who popped in and said hi, and those that popped in and didn't say anything. You know, thank you. I hope everybody has a great weekend. We will see you around the tube. And be safe and careful. And if you're not careful, don't name it after me because I wasn't there and didn't get to enjoy it too. Bye, y'all.